Welcome to another episode of the Banner Report podcast, starring Cody Adams and Steve Crowley.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, I've heard the name, but I don't know what
If you
anything
look up
about.
his highlights, he's unbelievable. He used to come out of the goal and like slide tackle people at the blue line when they were on breakaways to stop them from shooting. Like he was unfucking believable.
My Go Buffalo Sabres goalie is, I think his name's Ryan Miller. Is that his name?
Yeah, he was really good too.
It was
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah, he was really fucking good for a while. But they just had such a shit team though. Buffalo hasn't had a good team in years.
They had one with PK, right? No, that's the Predators.
Yeah, PK played for the Predators at the end of his career. He went from the Canadians to the
To the
Predators.
Predators. And then he played for one more team, I think.
Yeah, I think he played one last year before he retired. We had his brother,
Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Oh, really?
He was a goalie for us. He came up out of the AHL.
I think he had another brother. I think they had another brother in the league, too. PK is the only one worth talking about.
It's a crazy family, though, then. Damn, three.
The true holidays of hockey.
I know.
You're just saying that because they're black?
Because there's three of them.
It's crazy that Justin's like out there too, because I feel like he didn't even have he's kind of old and he didn't even have like a crazy good career, but he's just stayed here and he's just still pretty damn useful.
I never realized that he was older than Drew. Like for
What
some
team is
reason,
Aaron on?
I don't know if he's.
I
In the
know
league.
he was on the Pacers at some
I was
point.
about to say he did Pacers time, but I don't know if he's there. I don't know if he's anywhere right now.
All three went to UCLA.
Is it really?
Think so.
Honestly, I had no idea about that either.
I know Aaron did. I remember
Yeah,
when he
it
was drafted.
makes sense if they all did. They're athletic family like that. I bet their parents played sports at UCLA too.
Houston.
Oh, they went to.
Aaron Holiday's on Houston right now.
Oh, he's on
Oh,
Houston.
Yeah, which
Right.
explains why we haven't heard anything about him because he's not a young up and coming player, so he's not getting a lot of minutes on that team. I'm sure.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
27.
That's not as young as the rest of the guys. The rest of the guys can't even legally drink on that fucking team.
Bunch of guys too.
Their wily vet is fucking Dylan Brooks. Unless not
Hey,
Their
hey,
chill
don't
vet's
hate,
Fred.
don't hate on Steven Adams.
Oh yeah.
he didn't get to play this year though. It's kind of hard to call him your vet when he's sitting on the end of the bench.
That'll be interesting though. He's gonna be so weird to see in that jersey.
I don't know. I've just seen him in so many different jerseys over the years. He's already been on three teams.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
name all the teams he's played for?
Yeah, he played for the Thunder, and then he went to the Pelicans, and then he went to the Grizzlies, and now he's on the Rockets apparently, which I forgot about. Which was just a complete salary dump for no fucking reason. Like, why are you
There wasn't another team in there.
I don't think so.
Not that I can think of.
Oh, Justin played for Washington, but Aaron and Drew played for UCLA.
Usually it's a hard program to get into for basketball, I'm assuming, still. Even though they haven't won anything since fucking John Wooden was alive.
Well, I mean the Balls. Pause. the Balls
I mean,
families.
it
Only
was
one
hard
of
for Giangelo to get in though.
them. Only
I
one of them
mean,
went to UCLA. I thought the rest of them just went played pro overseas.
well, no, they all would have played, but the LaMelo played for the G League.
No, he went overseas. He played
Yeah, he
like
went to
Oh,
Australia.
New Zealand or Australia or something.
Yeah, no, then they went to like Lithuania or something like that too.
Yeah.
Fucking
Doing it. He was an experiment, honestly, for all that. Like he was one of the first to do that kind of.
turned into a really good fucking NBA player though.
Honestly, it just kind of shows that he was probably going to turn out that great regardless. I think it didn't really matter. He was kind of just going to I mean, that family though with injuries, dude. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, did he lay the groundwork for people getting paid to just go to the G League instead of going to college? Like, you think
lay
that
the
was like
groundwork. You
partially?
say that like he's old. He's like 23 years old.
Yeah, but he was like the first one that we saw like go like play overseas instead of going to college.
It can't be. Ben Simmons is. Oh, Ben Simmons played in college.
All these guys played like college and then went to the league. As soon as they
I feel like
got rid of the one and done.
it felt like
Like
more
that.
so they just saw like writing on the wall. I feel like they were just like, hey, I feel like we should be profiting on because they also wanted their own shoe brand. You can't do that in college. Then now you can. I feel like they were kind of just like the first to it. I don't know if I feel like we were already talking about that being a thing for a little. So I don't know if they really like laid the foundation. But I definitely think they were like, hey, we're not going to get caught as like one of the last generations not being able to profit off this kid that when he's 18. Let's
Yeah, I
scale.
mean the big. I think that was what it was. They couldn't wear the big baller brand in college,
Mhm.
and that's why he's like, my son's gonna be playing. And then he wanted to create a basketball league, didn't he? Didn't LeVar want to create a league?
Probably, dude.
He did. He
The
well,
dude
he like
wanted
he
to start an
did.
empire.
They're like they like created like a high school team, or so they like did stuff like that anyway. But yeah, I think you're right. Like he wanted to do even something more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was wild. I respect LeVar Ball. I respect the hustle. Like just talking out of his ass at all times, like just for his kids. Like that was pretty sweet.
I
Respect
Dude
don't
him.
wants
know.
dude just wants the
I
best for his
feel like
kids. He's gonna
that's
scream about it
yeah. He's just like a WWE promoter.
very
Yeah,
much.
worked. It worked. He got all three of his sons into the league at one point, so it worked.
Yeah, but I feel like two of them were definitely gonna make it anyways.
Yeah, we still got the third one in.
Dude, he was also just
Well,
like
true.
he was also just such a character that he was just like a character on like talk shows for a bit. Like he just was a
Hmm.
guy's dad, and he just like ended up on like Colin Coward, like ESPN, like all the time. He was like really he had the country by the balls for no damn reason for a
Yeah,
little.
he would always be on like first take.
Yeah. Like sure his sons were good, but there were better players. Like why the he just had such a pull, it seemed. Like the everyone just wanted him on and stuff for it just seemed like he was really in our face for a bit.
He is bombastic. I mean, he is funny. I will give him that. But didn't he say or Lonzo would be better than Jordan?
I think he said he would have beat Jordan in a one-on-one game or something like that.
Oh,
Mhm.
I think he said that. I don't think he said Lonzo would. I think that LeVar said that LeVar would beat Jordan in a
Yeah,
one-on-one.
that's
he did
fucking
that.
insane, dude.
I mean, he's a professional athlete or a former professional athlete, so I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
you got to have that weird ass mentality where you think you can beat everybody. But
Was he a lineman for the former Redskins, now Commanders?
I thought it was the Ravens, but
I thought Jets
one of
too.
them.
I think he like went around a little.
I think he like made a couple of rosters, and then he kept getting bumped down to like practice rosters or whatever you call them, practice squads.
He had a cup of coffee in the league.
But still, I mean, even to have a cup of coffee in a professional league like that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, yeah,
You
no,
gotta have a
I
different
mean,
kind of
he's an athlete.
mentality.
Look at all of his sons.
Yeah, you gotta have a different kind of mentality for that. That's for sure.
Cody, Cody, to your point with like the WWE aspect of him, it's almost like he went the Rock route. Like he's like, I can't do this football thing. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go be loud as hell.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get absolutely yoked out of my brains and scream in the mic.
He did
I'm not.
actually. He was on WWE for a little bit
I
too.
was gonna say, didn't he do
Yeah, yeah.
WWE?
Yeah, he was. He took his shirt off and everything. It was hilarious. To
Dude,
perform.
WWE's kind of making a comeback, it seems. I'm not like the biggest follower, but like just from like an outside perspective, I feel like they're like The Rock took back over, and it seems like they're kind of like as big as they ever like not ever, but like as big as they have been in my life, like in since the 2010s maybe, since like I don't know, it just seems like they're in a good spot.
I
That's some
think
like, wrestling
they
talk.
sold, right? Or they're gonna sell, or they sold to like a Saudi group, and they're gonna
Hans.
merge with UFC.
Yeah, it's
It's not
Oh,
like they're
and
gonna
then
be.
the Jaguars too. Yeah, it's that whole
Oh,
conglomerate.
Shad Khan.
Yeah, not Tony Khan. I don't know who Tony Khan is. Shad Khan. Yeah.
That might be Shad's son. I don't
Who
know.
knows? It's all you know how that family shit goes in the Middle East. It's like once one of them gets big, they're all fucking unbelievably big.
Uh, but yeah, I think they're gonna like try and merge. I mean, now that the old man's out of the picture, thankfully.
Because he shit
Um,
on somebody.
well, I think he's been accused of a lot worse than that.
Yeah, well, that's just the one thing that you can say that's somewhat comical out of the whole fucking thing.
Speaking of which, have you guys seen the movie Iron Claw?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That movie was fucking. I liked it. I mean, depressing,
That's,
depressing ass story,
yeah. It's
but
a really
Well,
dark watch, but it's good, I'd say too.
it is a
I like the
vibe.
actors in it, so like I should have watched it at some point. It's got the guy from The Bear. What the fuck is his name?
Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah, and then they got Zac Efron's in it.
They
Roided
have.
up. Dude, he's so roided up, it's
He
crazy.
looks like a fucking walking statue. It's incredible how jacked
Dude,
he is.
Efron is fucking crazy in that.
I
You're
just
like,
wish he didn't have that goofy ass bowl cut.
Yeah, they look.
I know it's probably real to life, but like,
it's
Yeah,
It's also funny people were like even like questioning if he was on steroids. And then like I watch it, I'm like, what is this conversation being had? How many is it how much did he do or like what? Because obviously he's on fucking steroids
No,
in
he
that.
got that by eating spinach like Popeye, you fucking idiot.
He just like grew twice in size, like his frame. It just it doesn't even make yeah.
He's
He's
on
a
TB12, pliability fucking shit. He did eat strawberries.
Mhm.
he's a diminutive guy too, in the sense that I think he's like 5'6" or 5'7". He's not a big fella.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
and the turnaround too for him to get that big too, because like wasn't he doing that movie with John Cena and Andrew Santino before that?
Oh yeah.
Ricky Stenicki.
Yeah, that's actually a funny
oh,
movie.
I wanted to see that. It looked like it was fucking hilarious. I love Andrew Santino.
Yeah, no, that was Cena's actually pretty fu like damn good.
Cena's fucking
Cena's had
hilarious.
a he's one. Speaking of wrestling and WWE, he's had like a awesome second half career renaissance. Like outside him and The Rock, I guess, were the two most successful outside of WWE.
You know, every time they use their names, the WWE gets paid though.
That's
Like
true.
they
Really?
have license on their name, so every time that The Rock, when they reference him as The Rock, or like on the credits when it says The Rock, that means the
Yeah,
WWE gets paid for it.
I was gonna say you can't trademark a name.
I think John Cena. I don't think that's his actual name.
Interesting.
So, or
The
that
Rock
might be his
probably,
name. I
dude,
don't
that's
know.
why The Rock got it re-engaged. He's like, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna make money off my own name again. Because
Oh.
he's like the commissioner or something now.
I mean, granted, he can make money off his own fucking name at this point. Anyway. He doesn't give a shit about them taking a little bit off the top. He doesn't
Yeah,
care.
that's true.
He's making bank right now.
Like the most out of any actor somehow.
Yeah, he's great.
He's the highest paid actor in Hollywood
He's
He
for a
was at
hilarious.
some
movie.
point, yeah. I don't know if it stayed, but that was like a couple years ago he was.
I'll basically watch whatever the fuck he's in. I think he's hilarious.
I don't
And
know,
he's
man.
childish.
Have you seen San Andreas or whatever the fuck that movie was?
Oh, with all earthquakes and everything like that.
Yeah, it was not good.
And the chick that looks like Michelle Beadle was in it too.
I can't. I've seen it. I don't even remember that. I also he was in I think Rampage, the remake.
Yeah, with the I didn't see that one. I don't have time to watch fucking movies. I just see the fucking ads.
I
That one
watched
where
80 movies this year.
what the fuck was the skyscraper movie? You remember that one where the fucking skyscraper was coming down or whatever? He had to go up and like fight his way to the top to get his family from the kidnappers.
Isn't that? I thought that was San Andreas.
No, no, that was when like the
Oh, I've seen.
well,
I know what one you're talking about.
he
And
had like no
doesn't he
legs
make
in
like a
it.
jump where he like jumps from
Yeah,
one building on a crane or something like that?
yeah, he has no legs in the fucking movie too, or something like that, because he was like in the war. So I don't know. Maybe that was a fever dream. I don't know.
That's an incredible dream, dude. Holy shit.
It's so exciting that The Rock would be in though for sure.
That's a sick movie, dude. If you dreamt it or not, that's pretty sick.
But I mean, like, dude, you watch him in like fucking what was the CIA movie with fucking Kevin Hart? Like that shit was fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
he is
Yeah,
funny. I'll give him that. He has a natural punch of
Jumanji.
movie.
I like the Jumanji movies for whatever fucking reason.
Those are like really highly ranked. I've never seen them. The remakes. I'm a classic. I'm a Jumanji classicalist.
Mhm.
I like my Jumanji
That's
with
where
Robin
Jumanji's
Williams.
fucking line is Jumanji. That's my line in the sand for cinema.
Uh, but I heard they're really good. The two subsequent films
I know
with
the
Kevin Hart.
first one was fucking hilarious. I don't really remember the second one. But the first one, like Jack Black, is so fucking funny in it too.
Fucking Homeboy's in there too. Todd
Jack
from
Black.
Breaking Bad.
No, he's not.
Isn't he? Doesn't he play like a Nazi in one of them?
Well, maybe the second one. I don't know. Maybe I missed that part. But
What's his
I'm
name?
um Jesse
Jesse
Plemons.
Plemons. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's in that one. I know he's on the first one, anyways.
All-time villain.
That might be another Dwayne the Rock Johnson movie where it's Jungle, isn't it like the Jungle movie or something like that?
Oh, the Jungle Book.
No,
Or,
I don't know. Hold on.
Jungle
I'll
Cruise
tell you. Yeah, I
Dwayne
think
Rock.
I think that was it.
with what's her name in it?
Uh,
She's famous. Not Anne Hathaway.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. Yeah,
I don't know cinema at all. I've not seen many of these movies.
I know about these movies. I've just never fucking seen any of them. Like I remember
Jungle
all the
Cruise and
fucking ads.
Jumanji, they're the same fucking movie to me, dude.
I also, there's no, yeah, like you were saying, there's no time to watch movies anymore with all these sports on, dude.
Well, now it'll be freeing up.
It's true.
We're
I've been
going
watching,
one game a night for the rest of the year.
Sherlock, the fucking TV show with Benedict Cumberbatch.
The BBC version, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Pause.
pretty good. I like Benedict Cumberbatch, so and I like Martin Freeman. I think that's his name. Fucking Frodo. OG
Oh yeah.
Frodo.
I uh I watched a Benedict Cumberbatch movie recently. It was the Henry Sugar short film.
I don't know that one.
It's
Getting into your cinephile shit over here. Time with short films.
it's
If
based
shit
off a
ain't
Roald
blowing
Dahl
up and
book.
making me laugh, I ain't fucking watching it.
Fuck, who is the director? Paul
Paul Feinbaum?
I just look at my letterbox. One of the last
Bufano.
movies I watched. He,
Bufano.
he made the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, it's not Paul.
Wes Anderson.
Yeah, they did Meteor
Paul
Fall.
Thomas Anderson. I always get him mixed up.
Who's that?
He's another
That sounds like a name
director.
I should know.
Huh?
I said that
Paul
sounds like a
Thomas.
name. Yeah, that sounds
He,
like a name I should know.
he's a another director.
Uh,
Yeah,
if somebody
the
has three
wonderful
names, I always assume that they're very culturally relevant or like historically relevant.
or a villain.
Like Juan Toscano Anderson.
The basketball player?
Yeah, that was the first one that came to my mind.
JT, yeah.
Or I was thinking Thabo Cephalosha
That's two names.
when he got his leg broken by the police. Maybe it was with somebody else. That was a weird one that just went under the radar. You guys remember that when Thabo Cephalosha got assaulted by the police?
No,
That
Kind
was,
of, that's ringing a bell.
it was
that's
like a couple of years
that's
ago.
news to me.
It was a couple of years ago. They just like swept under the rug. I don't know how the fuck that got just swept under the rug like that.
Was he still playing?
Yeah, it was right before the bubble, I think maybe.
Oh, so I mean, he was playing, but he was washed
Yeah,
at that point.
yeah, he was a little bit older. He was no Scotty Scheffler getting arrested outside of Valhalla.
I saw that. That's fucking nuts, dude.
Dude,
Just picture the cop that did it.
Yeah.
dude, also, so many people got like so misled. My brother texted me that he killed someone in a car accident.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think they're letting you out, dude.
Yeah, no,
report
but
was
I guess like a lot of, I guess the headline like was because there's traffic because of a fatal car crash. So a lot of people just read the headline. And it was like, big fatal car crash, traffic. He was arrested, and like
Scotty
so
Scheffler.
many people were tweeting like, "What? Like Scotty killed some like." And I heard on part of my take too that they like thought that as well. I guess it was like a big thing. Max like texted that to the family, and I was like, I had to text immediately to like ease my dad's heart. I was like, no, 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 because he's
No,
a big
no, Dad,
golf
don't
fan. I
do
was
it
like,
like
no,
that.
no, the biggest golfer in the world did not kill someone. He just did a dumb traffic violation.
Yeah, and the fucking cop jumped on his fucking car.
Yeah, on the on like the hood windshield. Yeah.
Like fucking speaking of Robin Williams, what was that fucking movie with the green blob?
Flubber, dude.
Looked like
Lover, yeah.
flapped on
I
the fucking
fucking
windshield.
love Flubber. I used to watch that movie on VHS repeat on
That's
repeat.
prime 90s cinema right there.
Hmm.
That's top notch Robin Williams right there. Robin Williams might be one of the only actors that could ever do something like serious and something funny too.
Yeah, but I thought wasn't he like I think he might have been like classically trained, like as an actor.
A lot of guys from his generation were. There wasn't like a lot of fucking comedy actors getting up in like the 60s and 70s when he was starting out. But like you see
Yeah,
him in Goodwill Hunting, like he was fucking unbelievable in that
that's his
role.
highest rated movie.
Yeah, but then you can also see him in fucking Mrs. Doubtfire, like wearing a dress. Like what
Help is
the
on the way, boys.
like this dude's fucking multicultural.
Yeah, he is. R.I.P. to a real one. He was like,
Yeah.
he's like the first of the celebrity deaths that like shocked me, from what I can remember. Like, then we went on like an absolute slew of celebrity. I mean, I guess Michael Jackson, but I was still young. But like people dying before their time. I feel like Robin Williams was like the first to kick it off, and then it was like Anthony Bourdain, and we know the list as it goes on.
It might have just been that was when you're more culturally aware of all the celebrities, like who they were when they started dying too.
That's probably exactly it. I mean, I knew Michael Jackson was a significant event because my mom was like heartbroken, and I still remember where I was to this day. Like I was in camping in Maine when we heard the news, but like he was kind of culturally irrelevant at that time.
Yeah, he
Besides his
disappeared for a while.
pedophilia charges, but
Yeah, he disappeared for a while before that happened. Yeah.
well, he was just like a drugged up zombie at the end, as far as I
The
remember, or
books.
like I can recall from the stories.
I don't remember the first celebrity dying that shocked me.
I'm like, there's not many where I can actually say I remember where I was, but I do for Kobe.
I
Yeah, no,
remember
I
for
think it was
Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobe, I cried. I don't know why. Well, I know why because it's tragic, but like it fucking hit me like my family member died. It's like no way, dude.
One of those things. It was a Sunday afternoon, I remember. I was driving back from playing down in basketball down in Carver. And then you texted the group chat. I think I got the news from you. I was
Maybe
like, what the fuck? I was like, no fucking way.
brutal.
I was like,
And
there's no way. It's like somebody misreported this. Something stupid happened. Like, and
I mean
then
something crazy like a helicopter crash and
And it
his
was TMZ at
daughter.
first too. So it's like we can't trust TMZ outright at first too. I was kind of questioning it as well because they were the one first to have the gall to freaking say it before it was like proven, I think, or like you know what I mean. They were leaking the rumors basically, and I was like, what? I got to see a news site actually post about this. Not that's not TMZ.
Yeah. Shout out to the president of Iran. R.I.P. Dude.
I don't know who that is.
He just died in a helicopter crash. Not the president, the Shah of Iran.
Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Depends on who you ask.
Well, I'm asking you.
I'm too like ignorant to the subject to make a guess. I mean, when anybody dies, Steve, it's a tragedy. So I'll say that outright.
That's not true. That's definitely not true. I can
Well,
think of a few people off the top of my head that it definitely was not true.
for the most part, somebody loses a son, somebody loses a daughter. There's a tragedy out. Somebody's lost somebody.
Yeah, okay.
Um, all right. Speaking of tragedies, let's get into some hoops.
Well, not the Celtics, but no tragedy there.
I mean, if you're a Denver Nuggets fan or
Yeah,
a
no,
Knicks fan,
wait, that's what I mean. Yeah, for us, but or
The
Thunder.
Knicks, the Knicks had to see this shit coming. Like the way the injuries were piling up and the way the Tibbs would not play anybody more than like six guys. Like you had to see it coming.
dude, didn't Brunson break his hand?
Yeah, in the third quarter.
And
That was
like
a
it's just
freak
like you're
injury.
fucked.
That was a freak injury. Yeah, that one like you can't see, but like the OG one you had to see coming. Josh Hart you had to see coming. Like
Well, I
Isaiah
mean, those
Thomas.
guys were hurt, but like you just know your franchise is fucked or your season's over when like shit like that happens. Like,
Yeah, they're all overexertion injuries though. Like with Hart and with OG. Like a
yeah,
hamstring is because you try to get back and start playing 40 something minutes a game, and then an abdominal strain's the same way.
fair enough.
I was chatting with like a pretty reasonable Knicks fan. You see the people on the streets and you see them like kind of screaming after every win, but I feel like most Knicks fans were kind of like, oh, these injuries. Like they all kind of knew that I mean, like whether they thought they're gonna win this round, they didn't really like actually think they would be like winning a title this year. So I feel like it's like sad, but yeah, I feel like it was kind of a slow acceptance, kind of, because everyone was like dominoes are just falling. It would be like another, like you know what I mean? It's just kind of built up, and it was like just insurmountable.
I mean, at the end there, Alec Burks and Precious Achua were getting prime playoff minutes, Game 7 playoff minutes. So it's just
Right. In Alec Burks' defense, he had 26 points in a game seven. Like that, you could have used that guy at some point so that Josh Hart wasn't playing 48 minutes a game. Like it's not like he was a unproven bench player. Alec Burks, you can put him out there. He's not going to shit his pants.
Dude,
well,
dude, that was the first time AB played in months, by the way. Did you see that?
Yeah, like he never fucking
Crazy.
played. They had him on that roster forever, and he just never played. It was like, why? He's right fucking there.
the only time I remember seeing him play is when he played against us, which is annoying because I think he was pretty goddamn good.
He's always been good. Alec Burks is
Oh,
like the consummate fucking professional off the bench.
it's also just crazy to get that like I don't even know how you can come off the bench after months and just be that good in a playoff game too. That's like freaking huge
Marcus
credit. What a
Morris.
move that is. Like, what the
Even
heck?
Marcus Morris did it. Marcus Morris coming up
Oh my God,
25.
dude.
He tried his fucking hardest, man. Holy shit, man. Marcus Morris was on fire.
I should have
Dude,
kept feeding him. He only had 13 shots. Like, it was 10 to 13.
Yeah,
Why
and
not
it
just
didn't matter if they were open or contested. He was swishing them.
he's hitting like corner fadeaway threes and shit like that? I was like, I've never seen Morris hit this shit. Even when he was playing with us.
Yeah.
He was like posting up, like hitting nasty post fades and just
He was a bit of a cone on defense, though.
yeah.
Coley McPointed out. He's just like, Tatum's just like, dribble left once and then just cross over and just have a clear lane to the hoop. And that was like, yeah, that's accurate. I remember seeing that like every time.
That's Marcus Morris. You remember he fouled Isaiah Thomas in that series and the Celtics were facing the Wizards for that and one to fucking clutch up the game. I think it was
Wait,
a game.
what? That was Marcus on the Wizards?
Yeah.
You sure that's not Markeith?
I'm almost positive it was Marcus.
I know Markeith played for the Wizards at some point.
They probably both did. They just follow each other fucking around. They both play for the Suns. They both play for the fucking Wizards.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna look it up.
I just remember seeing the highlights and I remember recognizing that was Marcus Morris.
They also look the exact same though.
No,
You
Marquise
remember
always had the longer beard. Those are my favorite players. I know the difference.
Holy
They
shit,
have the
Marcus Morris has
matching
played for
tattoos
so
even
many
too.
teams.
Yeah, they're fucking bounced around so many teams between the two of them.
Marcus
I do know,
never
I
played
know
for
the
the
shot you're
Wizards.
talking about though, because he like double clutched it almost. It was crazy.
Yeah, on the free throw line, he got hacked.
That was
Was
like
it
when he was
Marquise?
50, right?
Markeith played for the Wizards in 16 and 19. That's exactly when you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that was like the 50-point game I think that he had to go after his sister died.
Hmm.
I think you're right on that. Right before the freaking Kelly Olynyk game.
Role players win you fucking game sevens. I tell you what.
Grant Williams did. That was a freaking sick one, dude. I'll never like really be too sour on Grant because of that. Like when he beat the Bucks. Obviously, I think JT went off too, but Grant having like 27 or 28 was like
Yeah, he
what?
hit 7 threes in that game.
My
Yeah, it was
goodness.
crazy. Well, it was like that whole series. It was basically like, oh my God, they're leaving Grant wide open in the corner. Like if only we could get anything from him, like we would be destroying the Bucks. And then he finally had a game where he was crushing from there, and it was like, yeah, if you hit
Good
these
for,
open threes, dude.
good for him keeping his confidence too. Like as the series went on, to keep shooting.
Yeah.
I never know how players do that. Like just miss and be cool with it. I'd
I
be
mean,
just like, oh man, I freaking suck. I'm never shooting again.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
you kind
guess
of
like
saw it happen with the Timberwolves a little bit. I mean, well, I feel like that game was like going two ways. It looked like Ant, he couldn't hit anything to start. I'm like, and they went down big early, but he just kept attacking the rim and pat and dishing out, and then his shot eventually came to him, and lo and behold, the biggest comeback in Game Seven history.
yeah, at halftime they're down 15. I think is the most ever. They're
Like,
down by third quarter too.
so like the good players know how to get it done, even when their shit's off, like to
Well, I
start.
don't think his shot ever really came to him because like he started off 1 of 8 and he finished 6 of 24. So that means he went 5 of
Well, that's
18,
still an improvement.
5 of 16.
Yeah.
Like it still wasn't like he shot well.
But he was being really aggressive though, like you're saying. Like I think like two of his field goals were like steals and dunks. Like he was like could not really. I think he had like one or two big actual jump shots in the game, but I think literally everything else was just like dunks and transition stuff. Like he was like really, he was still like wicked active and impactful. Like he came off the floor and it was noticeable, even though he wasn't even hot then.
I
His
think
defense,
the biggest shot or like the big shot from distance. I think from what I can recall, even though the game was last night, was the block by Gobert. Was it? No, it was Naz Reid, right?
Yeah, it's
I th
Naz. Yeah,
Naz Reid blocked it, and then he caught it for the three, and then it was just like he hit a distance three, and I was like, oh shit! Like the Timberwolves are actually gonna do this. Like they're actually gonna. You can feel it. Like the momentum completely shifted in their direction. So I mean, while it wasn't a great shooting night, he did hit like from what I can remember the dagger.
he had a couple big shots. He hit that three in the corner, about 10 off of the off that block you were talking about. He
Mm.
got on transition, kicked to the corner. What
yeah.
was
No, that's like I think the I think like the two jump shots I'm thinking of were basically at the end and pretty important.
it? He was.
So that does stick pretty hard.
He found a way to make it work.
Yeah, that's what we kind of say about. I mean, I don't think Ant's as good defense as Tatum, but that's what we say with Tatum, where it's like, I mean, Tatum doesn't ever actually shoot that bad, but when he like when he's like 40 range or like 30 range, he's still at least is a nasty defender.
Mhm.
I
It
saw
was
something on
playmaking.
TikTok that almost made me spit up my fucking coffee. It was just like one, I don't know who, probably just some Celtics hater or whatever, but it was just like one of those TikToks where it's like music and it's breaking down the Celtics versus Pacers series position by position and compared it, like put the two
Yeah.
players and like went like defense, shooting, speed or whatever, and then like gave a check if they thought they were better than the other player. And for the most part, it was pretty. I agreed with it, and then it got to Tatum versus Siakam, and Tatum had like two checks over Siakam, like distance shooting, and like Siakam had like defense, rebounding. I'm like, this is terrible. You obviously just hate Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's a way better player than Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, he has to average more rebounds per game.
He
Uh,
almost had 10 rebounds a game this year, didn't he?
yeah, like in the playoffs, I think he's cleared 10 like pretty easily too.
Yeah, he's been absolutely fucking killing it on the rebounds this playoffs.
And I don't
And
think Pascal's a particularly great passer. I mean, not that is a prolific passer in his own right, but he's definitely gotten better at it this season. He's those cross court passes and everything. He's limited his turnovers a lot, which, to be fair, I'm not watching Pascal as much, but I don't think it's. I think Tatum clears Pascal in about everything.
yeah, yeah, Tatum like the defense too. Do they give Pascal defense?
Yeah, like Tatum had like
Yeah.
two checks over him, and it was 3-point shooting and I think free throws or something. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I was no like yeah, Tatum was had crazy. I mean, it makes sense because he led in the blocks and steals numbers, but he like I looking at the box score from the Cavs series, it's like, holy crap, he had like basically three stocks every game average, it seemed like two steals and one block or two blocks and one steal, like every or four steals he had in the closeout game, I think.
Mm,
Yeah, he killed it. He's dominant all the way, both sides of the court.
I think so.
To end the series too, he kind of like turned it up hard.
I mean, he caught a lot of flack, and I know it's his shooting's been pretty bad, but I mean, for a team that's lost two games in the playoffs, it's can't be that bad.
Yeah, it's been worse.
Yeah, yeah. Jokic last night. Is Jokic a really bad shooter? Because he fucking couldn't hit water falling out of a boat last night in a game 7 elimination game.
Yeah, that's how the playoffs go. Like and him going shooting that badly. And Cat, I mean, Cat like had a lot of points, but he was like 1 for 6 from three. Like it was like just a play. Game sevens just do that to literally everyone, it seems.
Yeah, that's why you don't let it, because people
Yeah.
like Grant Williams can get hot and knock your ass out of the playoffs.
One thing that was admirable from Jokic, which there was a point where I thought they had a chance because he drilled like two in a row after missing like eight threes or something. Like he did hit two in the end, like two his last two, and I was like, oh crap. But then like no, like MPJ, I think bricked like two threes in a row after that. And
He
it was
was
like,
really bad.
yeah, I was like, it was wide open too. I was like, oh my God, yeah. Can't.
Who do you
Nuggets
think's
this
had the
season,
worst playoffs this year?
the
Because I think
worst.
because I think MPJ is in contention for that.
Can I pick everybody on the New York Knicks because they're all hurt?
No,
That
no,
sounds very
because
shitty.
they're like a. I mean, I guess you can include Julius Randle because they got that
Yeah.
far without him.
Yeah. Uh, I think it
Who,
might
who,
be
who had the
Will
worst?
Madison. Um,
And
mm,
you gotta take into account like their
Max
status.
Strus.
See, I think Struess had a good playoffs.
That was pretty embarrassing when your only job is to shoot and you couldn't do that.
He seemed to do it, from what I remember, pretty well against us. He was the
He's
only person that could shoot in that team.
he's a try hard bad guy too, which is pretty embarrassing from
Oh,
what people think about him.
Yeah, but that's not like I don't care about the antics. Like I mean, I guess if they're like Draymond Green esque, where you're getting yourself suspended, but like we're trying to psych out the team the other team or the fan base pregame. I don't hold that against them.
Cody,
But
I got one.
let's hear.
Bradley Beal.
Oh yeah, he's definitely up there too.
I think he played the least, but I think that is also the reason like he got like 9 points in the game they got eliminated, and he was so bad that yeah, I don't even know. People might not even respect him next year.
And you got to think like his status in the NBA. Like he's a fringe superstar. His contract is humongous. Like his team is can't trade him literally without his approval. Like he has cost himself, I think, a lot of money in the next whenever he hits free agency next. Um, but I also think Porter Jr. was up there too because he's younger than Beal and has a little bit more of a future. Um,
Yeah, I think MPJ did have like a stretch where he was like the only one hitting. I think like the first series he like was the only one hitting threes, but then this series like he just is really streaky. Like he
mm,
did well for a portion. I think I remember seeing like in 2 games he was the only Nugget because they just weren't shooting threes well this whole playoffs
I
because
feel like
Jamal was
KCP
kind of
had a
iffy.
bad series too.
What?
KCP, I feel like
Yeah, and Jamal too was just kind of injured the whole playoffs.
yeah,
He had good bounce back games, but they were really bad Jamal games.
yeah.
This Nuggets team this year was not the same as last year. Yeah, I know you only lost Bruce Brown and Jeff Green, but it just seemed like last year might have been lightning in a bottle for them. I feel like we overrated a lot of these guys. Like a lot of them played above their above how they usually would play.
I also just think Jamal being healthy the whole year is kind of a lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like that's my biggest takeaway is that like Jamal when he's healthy is championship winning worthy, and then when he's not, you're right.
yeah. No, I'm just fucking around with this thing. I'm terrible fucking
When he's
Wimpy.
not, the Nuggets are in like serious trouble. They it's really hard to win when your superstars are hurt.
I mean, you got to think about the guard play after Jamal. If Jamal goes down, I mean, that's just such a big part. Like, what then the guards you're relying on are Reggie, KCP, and Christian Brown, like in Justin Holiday. It's like kind of rough to win a title with those as your like guards.
Ball handlers and everything like that. You're putting a lot of weight on Jokic's shoulders to do a lot of stuff, which he usually can do. But at some point, you got to get him help. You can't win titles with one guy. We've seen lots of teams try it.
It's also just really hard to repeat in basketball. It's really hard to repeat.
Yeah, it was the
It
last
doesn't
six
happen.
years. The defending champions haven't even made it out of the second round.
Yeah, there's a lot of fatigue for sure.
Fatigue. Other teams know how you play. Roster turnover because a lot of times after you win a championship, somebody's gonna go get a bag somewhere else, like Bruce Brown. Like it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I saw a stat. I sent it to you guys. I think that it said that Jokic is 0-5 against teams with 50 or more wins in a playoff series. Like
What?
he's never beaten a team with 50 or more wins in the playoffs.
Holy shit.
And for
Yeah,
reference,
I mean the Heat were 8 seed, right? Last year.
they
Shit.
played they played like three play-in teams last year. And for reference, I saw that Jason Tatum has 7 wins against teams with 50 or more wins in the playoffs.
But that's also like saying that the Nuggets were third seed this year. It's like they're like they like got to like the seeding is not like playing like what they were like the seventh seed and had LeBron and AD.
Yeah, but
Not
I'm
a
just
conventional 7 seed. Yeah, I get what
Yeah,
you're
and
saying.
also they were naturally the seventh seed that year.
yeah.
So it's like the plan kind of has made it so we look at the seventh and eighth as like just not even worthy of playing and being in the playoffs anymore, it feels.
Well, I mean, a lot of years, 7 and 8 seeds shouldn't be in the playoffs. It's like play in or not. Like, look at the 7 and 8 seed in the East this year.
Oh, but also look at the West this year, like where they're like two of the teams at over 50. It's just kind of the West is like I feel like they all get like 48, 49.
Yeah, this is a weird stat.
It was a fucking brawl.
I also
It
just hate
was.
that I've been seeing that all year and it just really makes me want to punch my eyes out because then you're like they only face the Heat. It's like
Yeah,
we did too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I can't because we didn't win a title that year, so I'm like I hate the arguments for that.
Yeah, you don't want to you don't want to talk down on a title. A title is still a title.
Because we people are gonna do that to us this year if we
Yeah,
win. Hardcore.
Exactly.
we
Like that,
talked
Absolutely.
we
we have
talked
an
about this
easier
in the
road than
last.
they did last year, to me.
Yeah, we talked about this in the
Definitely.
last pod. Every title you need to have luck at some level. You have to have luck to win a title.
I just saw, yeah, I did see Simmons kind of ranting about last playoffs being easier than this year just because the seedings, and I was like, but they aren't. So just don't even say that because I don't even want to open the easy title conversation.
Well, they're already having the easy title conversation.
I know, but it's gonna happen. I mean, yeah, you already see it. Basically, the conversation is if we don't win, it's
It's a
it's
failure.
like I mean that's how we should feel because it's our team, but like the national media is like if the Celtics don't win, like do they even deserve to live. Like,
I've heard the worst fucking takes too. Like I've heard people say, "Oh, I would have trusted the Knicks to win over the Celtics if they were healthy because I would have just trusted them to do it and take care of business." It's like, well, what have the Knicks ever done to take care of business? Like, who on that team has ever made it out of like the second round? like, like what? OG Anunoby. I think that's the
Yeah, he
only
won a
guy on that entire
championship.
team who ever made it out of the second round. Like, what? And then you hear all the arguments about the Celtics not being battle tested and everything like that. It's like Jason's made it to 5 Eastern Conference Finals. Jalen's made it to 6. Drew's a champion.
They're the most
Derek
proven
White's
team
been there.
left.
Like they've all been
yeah,
there. Like this
true.
playoffs doesn't change the fact that they. It's not like this is new to them. They've done this 100 times. They're battle tested in the past. Like
I know, dude. That's why, honestly, that's why if we face the Mavs, that's why Drew's such a good freaking weapon to have too, because that kind of neutralizes the whole Kyrie thing of like, oh, they have the guy who won a championship before. It's like, well, we got Drew, who is technically the second man on that team.
Yeah.
Drew's also a crazy weapon just on defense because like it doesn't matter if we face the Mavs or the Timberwolves. Face the
I,
Timberwolves, you can put him on fucking Rudy Gobert if you want, or Karl Anthony Towns. They're not going to know what to do with him.
I tell you what, we are heading towards a scenario that could be really bad for the Celtics. It's if the Mavs come in and Kyrie stomps all over us.
Yeah,
That could be,
that would
that
be
is
tough.
like the looming scenario where it's like in my head it's like that's like worst case scenario from here on out. I mean, obviously getting swept by any of these teams going here on out is worst case scenario, but Kyrie winning over us, that might kill me.
That would be tough. That would be
Well, I like where your head is at, where you're not even considering it, but the worst is not even getting there.
yeah.
But
Right. Yeah, like if we lose to the
because you're not even
Pacers,
considering
that's
that, because but if we lose the Pacers, like I might not even watch the NBA next year.
Something monumentally bad would have had to happen. Like they would have had to forfeit because the planes don't work or something like that. Like that's the only way we can lose to this Pacers team. I've seen people say, "Oh, Pacers or Celtics in 6 or 7." It's like I don't see this going more than 4 or 5.
you just gotta play defense.
And we have the second best defense in the league this year, and the first offense. And the Pacers have the 26th ranked defense or something like that. So like you should just be able to run it up on them.
What is the season split between us this year?
3-2, but
Us.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
we lost in the play-in tournament, not the in-season tournament or whatever. We also beat them by 50 one time, but there was
Yep.
no Halliburton in that game, and we only played them once, I think, with Siakam after they got him. I think we beat him, or no, I think we might have lost that game, but then we didn't have Tatum that game for some reason. So all that stuff you can just throw it out the window. The season series stuff because now they have Siakam. It's a completely different team.
Yeah, I just still don't think they can play defense against
No,
on us.
Siakam's your only defender on the floor.
It's
Like other than that,
Siakam and Miles Turner, and that's it.
and Miles Turner's gonna be stuck out in the perimeter with Al or Porzingis if he comes back. So like
Although I mean, they're getting good performances out of guys like Isaiah Jackson. So like,
yeah, I mean they're getting good performances out of Isaiah Jackson. Who's getting guarded by Precious Achua. Like, let's try it against Drew Holiday or
Luke
Jalen
Cornette.
Dude,
Murder
the
Cornet.
Knicks, they were also forced to run lineups where like their tallest guy was like 6'4" or 6'5". Like the Knicks were just playing like just crazy ball. Like I don't, it's hard to take anything from the Pacers. Like I don't even know. It's just that was such a weird series.
It's like the Pacers can't take anything from our series against the Cavs. Like it's just like
Why?
all right, you played the Cavs without Jared Allen for the whole series. No Karis LeVert or Donovan Mitchell in Game 5. No Donovan Mitchell in Game 4.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
It's there's not really much you can take from either one of our series either because we're just kind of just playing whoever's in front of us, but they're not at our level. We're not playing how we're going to play against the Pacers.
Is anybody at our level?
No, I think that we're
It's
going to
just,
win the
yeah,
title this year. I think that we're going to beat whoever comes out of the West in 5. I don't care who it is.
That's bold.
five stuff. I mean,
It's
I fucking love
it's
that, dude.
5. It's 5.
I'm realistically in my brain the team I don't love our chances against, or I think we have the least amount of chance of winning is the Timberwolves, just because they fit against us very well. Now, Mike Conley being injured is huge because that one of our guards is going to abuse him. But Porzingis is going to have to be back and be ready for that series because they have the Twin Towers over there.
Yeah, but I mean, you can
And
also
Nas Reed as a sneaky.
Nas Reed. Nas Reed scares me the most out of anybody on that team, to be honest. It's like
Well,
who
Ant should
matches up
scare
with
you.
Nas? Who matches up with Nas Reed is the thing. Like Ant should scare me, but you also have Drew Holiday, Jalen Brown, and Jason Tatum out there matching up with him, and Derek White at some point. But like, who's
Listen, I
covering
still
Nas
think we
Reed?
should win.
I still think we're gonna win in five, but I don't know. I mean, like Jacob was saying last night, you can get the Wolves in foul trouble. Like you can get Karl Anthony Towns in foul trouble. Then like, all right, now you have one guy to focus on offense, and that's Ant. And
Gobert
then
fouled out.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Gobert fouled out of that game. I'm not worried about Gobert fouling out. I'd actually prefer him to be on the floor, to be honest.
Get him out. Get him out at the fucking three
Keep
point
him
line.
out there. I want him out there, fucking playing around the perimeter. But you can get him in foul trouble and take away one of their best offensive options and just make them one dimensional. Like Jaden McDaniels is not going to give you. He was lightning in a bottle for the last two games, giving you 20 some points, but I don't think he's going to do that every night.
He's looking good, man. I don't know. They just have dudes, and they're all tall.
Well, the way the
Like
Celtics play too is like, hey, let one guy go off, and then we're just going to stop everybody else, and we've been pretty good at that. And didn't Mitchell
Yeah,
have 50 in one game, right?
Huh, say what?
Didn't Mitchell have 50 against us in one of those games, and they still lost?
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, I don't think he had 50.
not that high, but he had a really good game.
I know he had some really good games, and it was like, all right,
I
and
think
they
he might
still
have had
only,
a 38 or some shit.
they only cracked like 96 points when he had like, I think him and Karis LeVert combined for like 70 or something. Something
Yeah,
stupid.
I agree. Like the team had, I think honestly, like I was saying in the chat, I think the Mavs have been a really good story this year, though. Like the fact that they're, I mean, that people are always talking about like Luca because he's so good, but they were definitely like kind of in the second tier consideration when it comes to like people put them like not in contention necessarily for the title, but they're really good all season. I mean, now they're like I could legitimately see them beating the Wolves, but I could also see the Wolves beating them. I just think it's kind of cool because they're such different teams. It's kind of hard to see how it's gonna like shake out. It's like does the crazy offensive creativity with like fast smaller guys, like not necessarily huge guys for defense, win versus like it's kind of I feel like it's pretty hard to see how it's gonna play out because I feel like one thing is gonna clearly work better like from the jump. I feel like I might be saying all this about the Mavs and then it starts and then the Wolves could just be that much bigger and it's a big problem. But
Yeah.
I don't know. And like I'd rather not see the Timberwolves just because I'd rather it's funny, I'd rather not see the Timberwolves, but I'm kind of choosing the Mavs to make it, which is kind of weird because I'm more scared of the Timberwolves, but just because it's the team that we'd probably need KP the most to be healthy for, which I just don't want to have to rely on as much, you know.
Any team that can really slow the pace down and force the Celtics to try and like not move in transition and have size. Like I feel like that's the worst. Like the Nuggets would have been a terrible matchup for the Celtics. Not that we'll ever know. I mean, yeah, the Celtics just probably beat that team in 7 games, but the way the Nuggets play is so methodical and they got size on you. And I feel I could definitely see the Celtics offense getting stagnant when it's a team that's up and down the floor. The Celtics offense is going to beat them every time.
You can't
Besides
give
maybe
Brown
the
and Tatum.
Pacers.
You can't give Brown and Tatum that many possessions. Like
No, yeah, like we're just too talented. Somebody's going to be open. We're going to catch the defense and mismatches all the time, and we're just going to be able to take advantage of that. But when the team breaks it down, stops you on the break, like that's when I feel like the offense stagnates and things break down, and we miss shots, and the other team can get a lead.
Yeah, no, that was also the funny thing. Like, anytime anyone's been like, I feel like no one's really obviously picking the Pacers, but anytime anyone's like, but their pace, their offensive rating, and then I'm like, and what I shared earlier was like, we have actually somehow the only other highest offensive rating of all time. So it's like
Pace
even if they're
benefits the Celtics the most.
exactly, it's like if they want to run, dude, we have probably better shooting somehow than like the team that like is like trying to be like the new Suns, basically, is what this seems like the Pacers are trying to do. But talk about rattle like guys you can rattle too. Like you can. It seems like Halliburton's one of the easier guys to rattle in the league. And
yeah, as
that's
soon as he stops being aggressive, it's like game over for him. Like you find out in the first 5 minutes how he's gonna play that night. He doesn't ever turn around.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like he gets in a real bad funk.
I
Like,
mean, in Game 7, he was talking shit. I
Yeah,
like
the,
that performance.
the other couple games, there was another couple games where he had like 9 points.
Yeah.
did you
He
see
took like 6 shots. Like what?
did you see the move where he pretended he's picking his nose though?
Yeah, he could call the dude too small, and then the guy turned around.
Yeah. That made me be like, Halliburton, oh my God. Don't That's some cat type stuff where I'm like, I want to like you because you're skilled, but why are you saluting the bench after every three?
Yeah, cat saluting. Bro, nobody saluted you back.
No, but then yeah, Halliburton being like, Deuce McBride, you're too small. It's like just say it to him. And then yeah, Deuce turns around, he's like, it's like, oh my God, Halliburton, just stick to it. Come on, man. That was a chance to be a little likable, at least be a villain if you're gonna be a villain.
He's trying to
Yeah.
be a villain. Like you wore the Reggie Miller
The
sweatshirt
shirt
afterwards.
after, yeah. I kind of
Like,
like that move.
yeah, well, come on now. You know you're not a villain. You don't have that in you. I listened to a podcast. Somebody said he was a Disney high school musical fucking villain.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, like whatever you can do to get an advantage over. Like Trey Young is a villain. He's the smallest guy like in the NBA. You
Trae
know,
Young was good at it though, and he stood on it too. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah, dude. The
true.
Trey Young thing's funny too, because I was gonna mention how similar this feels to that Hawks run.
Mm.
Like the Pacers could like get bounced first round next year, and it wouldn't be that surprising. But they're in the
It's a
conference.
shock. It's shocking they're here.
Yeah, they're in
I
the conference finals, just like the Hawks were, and like sure they could be good next year, but like they probably won't sniff the conference finals for a bit,
Yeah,
which is kind of
Simmons
like the Hawks.
Simmons was talking about they're like the one of the worst teams to make the conference finals since like the 2002 Celtics. Oh no,
yeah. It was
is that what he
2002
said?
Celtics, 2012 Celtics.
Yeah.
There's a couple different iterations of the Celtics that shouldn't have been in the conference finals that were like the first year with Brown and Tatum. Like we should not have been there.
We went to Game 7 somehow though.
Yeah, with LeBron. Like, you're just playing with house money at that point.
That was because he had like no one. There wasn't Kyrie and K Love both. I think that's why everyone wanted to kill Kelly. Like, didn't he like rip
He
off?
ripped Kevin Love's shoulder out of the socket.
Yeah, I kind of dislocated Kevin Love's arm that series, I believe.
Yeah, he
I think
definitely
that
did.
was a different year.
Yeah, me too.
I
Like
don't
sometimes
even.
they had Thomas and Kelly Olynyk were on that team.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't the Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown one. Because the Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown one was like Terry Rozier, Al Horford, Marcus Morris, Rozier, Jalen, Jason. That was Kyrie and Hayward were on that team. But
Yeah,
um,
that was sick.
but then Kyrie and Hayward were both hurt. Like Kyrie got
Mm.
hurt right before the playoffs, and that was the year that Hayward blew up his leg in the first 5 minutes of the
Oh
season.
yeah.
Against the fucking Cavs.
Yeah,
I remember where I was on that day.
Yeah, I was out watching the first game of the season, basking in the predictions.
oh my God, that's terrible.
I was laying the wood down. Immediately made me soft.
Glad it didn't make it hard.
I remember looking up at the TV and seeing everybody huddled around like somebody died, and I was like,
Oh no.
oh shit.
Blue Chew code fucking Gordon Hayward's leg.
The
Dude,
third
he
leg.
had, he had a nasty playoff this run. Maybe he's like contention. He's not expected to do much, but I saw he had like 0 points for the first. Like he was the first player to ever have 0 points the amount of minutes he played.
Yeah, he had
I
like
thought that
one shot or something like that.
I thought that was really an interesting point that Simmons made. Like the Mavs and the Thunder were like two stories of a different trade deadline. Like the Mavs obviously made big splashes. Not, I mean, big splashes, but enough splashes to shake up the team a whole lot. And now they beat the Thunder, who was the one seed, who didn't make a big splash at all. They didn't like push the chips in. Now the Thunder are going to be okay, but imagine if they had got Daniel Gafford because he was available.
Hmm.
We might be talking about Thunder versus Wolves now. You know, like I thought that was very interesting. It's just the sliding doors moments of the trade deadline, how you don't think it matters, but it. I mean, if you're the Knicks, I guess it didn't matter, but if you're the team like the Pacers, it matters.
Yeah.
It's real risky, but it can work out, you know.
Very interesting. Well, let's get into the show. No, we're not going to do an intro like that, but let's talk about the last series. Anything to take away?
From the Cavs and the Celtics?
Yeah.
Extras is a fucking bum.
You hate that guy. I mean, he's a Celtics killer. That's why I hate him.
Like goof.
I mean, it was fantastic to get it out of the way in five so we can maximize the rest and just fresh legs and then also just KP giving him some time too. It's nice how we were like the one quick series, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, it was nice to have 7 from the other series so that we can maximize KP's rest too. Because it wouldn't have mattered if we got done at 5, if everybody else got done at 5, it would have still been the same amount of rest for KP. It's gonna be
But
exciting to see.
still, we don't have to. He doesn't have to worry about coming back.
Yeah, still less miles on Al is the big thing. That's
That's going to be huge, yeah.
that's the most rest we can get for him.
Because he was playing big minutes, and he was like he had a bad play, a bad. He's had a not great, so great playoffs until the game 5, where he really turned the clock back around.
Yeah, that was nice. He was the reason we won Game 5. That was pretty abysmal effort by everybody other than Al until he stepped up.
Yeah. What should the C's take away from the series, if anything at all?
Oh, nothing. There's nothing to take away from that.
Oh, nothing.
A whole lot of nothing. Like,
Well, you gotta learn how to deal with a guard that's gonna shoot the daylights out of the ball, because that's what you're gonna face now.
yeah, what they did was they said, okay, we'll let you go ISO versus Al and do whatever, and nobody else is going to score. And that's what they did for every game, except for that game 2. We just don't like playing game 2s.
Yeah,
Fully
man.
healthy, who wins in a series, Cavs or the Pacers against each other?
Cavs,
How many
Yeah.
games?
probably 6.
You think
I,
so?
don't, I think the size of the Cavs would be too much with Jared Allen and Mobley. I think they could just really just beat them up and slow down the game. And if you want to give Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland more possessions and play fast, then like have fun with that because they're better shooters than Andrew Nemhard and whoever else is playing guard for the Pacers.
TJ
Siakam.
McConnell.
Yeah, like I don't know.
He's gonna be so annoying next round. I can already tell.
No,
Yeah,
fucking
definitely.
East Smith is gonna be the one that we got to watch out for. Fucking Crash is gonna take out somebody in one of these fucking games.
Yeah, and he likes to play against Tatum and Brown.
He got
He's gonna try to
stuffed up
pin
by Tatum
everyone.
last game.
He's not been great offensively, I will say, but defensively, he's always gonna put in that effort. He's a max effort type of dude on defense.
He had a phenomenal offensive game last night, though. He was 8 of 8.
It's pretty good.
I mean, also the Pacers shot 67% from the field for that game, which is the highest ever in the playoffs against the Knicks. So
Yeah,
kind of an outlier game.
true that. What should the Cavs do now that they're in Cancun?
Hmm.
They're such a weird team, dude.
Mitchell, and
Huh?
then they should sign and trade Mitchell, and then trade Jared Allen, and then just start building around Mobley and Garland.
Okay, but give me a little bit more than that.
That's
Who should they go and look for?
at this point in time, I have no idea who's even going to be available. I mean,
I
you
think they
could.
should trade Levert too, just because I don't know what the hell he does. Like he's just so weird, and I think they could
Levert
get
doesn't. Levert doesn't know what he does either.
Yeah, I think they could actually get someone for him too. Like he's actually still like valuable, and but he's just not trustworthy in the playoffs. It seems
I mean, he had a great game too.
everyone on their team did, man.
Yeah,
That's
You
like saying
trade-
Dean Wade had a good game against us that one time.
he did. He did in fact
He
have a good
did
game.
have a really good game.
Um, yeah, I think the Mitchell Garland experience has to be done. Get whatever you can. The Mobley Allen experience has to be done. You have to pick one. And I think they're going to pick Mobley.
Pick the younger, more skilled player. Do you see if you can try and get
I mean, Allen is the better player. Don't get him wrong. Right now,
the Mobley?
yeah.
I don't know.
Well.
Offensively, Mobley's a lot more polished, and defensively, I think they're right about the same at this point.
Allen was an All-Star last year.
And I think if Mobley was healthy and played as many minutes, I think that he would have been an all-star too. I mean, you've seen the defense the guy plays.
I
He
mean,
plays.
listen. After the series, Mobley had a great series. I think he's sort of turning the corner to the guy that we should expect to see. But I mean, I think this year, consistently, Allen at least was playing at a higher level.
How the fuck did Jared Allen make a fucking all-star game? He never averaged more than like 12 points a game.
Well, I feel like Mobley's kind of like Chet in the way, like they're just different players too. It's like, do you just want the traditional guy, or do you want like I don't know, like no a guard's not backing down Jared Allen.
I
but a
feel like
guard
Mobley had a
back down
real.
Melvin Mobley.
We can't
Yeah,
say that about Drew though. Drew's different. Like Drew's not even.
But like I feel like, but like Evan Mobley's like 210 is more what I mean. Like, or like not even. I don't even
But
know.
his perimeter defense is so valuable in today's NBA when everything's going to be so spread out. So I
No,
think
that's well, definitely. I agree with you. I think they should trade. I
I
think
think
they
you can
should.
still
It's
get a
almost like
lot for Allen.
yeah.
you're kind of getting rid of Mitchell, who's like the bigger trade piece on that end. So I agree. You kind of should keep like the younger, bigger. I don't even. I know. I agree with you though, because you're gonna get more from Mitchell.
Well, do you see if you can maybe swap out Jared Allen and Karis LeVert and like picks for Michael Porter Jr.
Ooh,
Bring another big guy with some size and some shooting
a
over
big
there.
wing. I actually wouldn't hate that for them, but I don't. MPJ's like I said, he had the worst playoffs basically in the NBA. So
Maybe you figure it's an outlier though. And if you're the
is
Cavs,
it though?
you're starting over anyways with the Cavs, so you might as well like get the guy some reps.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
I think that he's if the Nuggets are gonna start moving things, I think that he's gonna be the first piece because he's gonna get you the most, and I think he's the most replaceable.
If you are the Nuggets, what do you do it?
I feel the Nuggets. I don't know if you do anything.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna try to. I don't think they do anything big. I think the Nuggets just try to add like depth.
Yeah, I think you try and wait for Peyton Watson to uh,
Ascend.
another year of uh, work with him. You know, they couldn't play him in the playoffs. I guess Michael Malone didn't want him to couldn't trust him. I mean,
He's
obviously the
such a
best.
Michael Malone's had a bad playoffs too. He's such a red ass dude.
Oh, he's yelling at fucking reporters after he lost. Like, dude, get
What a
over it.
fucking dingus, dude.
Not their fault you fucking lost, dude.
He's always there just screaming on the sidelines too. It's just I don't know. He annoyed me this playoffs.
Have you
Oh,
seen Bruce Brown online, dude? He seems like he wants to go back to the Nuggets. That's why I said it. He's like he got like a tattoo for their championship last year during this playoff run. He's like live tweeting everything too. So just freaking call Bruce Brown. He wants to come home.
He's getting paid too much. There's no way.
yeah, that's why they couldn't bring him back.
Yeah.
They'd have to actually shed MPJ salary because MPJ is getting what 40 mil.
I don't
He,
think that much, but he's getting a lot.
he's got a lot, but he's got a lot more than he probably should, to be honest. For his skill set and what he does, he
'Cause I
doesn't
don't
have
think
any creation, can't dribble, doesn't play great defense.
yeah. I think when he got the deal too, he was like still questionable health wise. So I think that played into it. Like he's been way healthier since I think the deal started.
The back has gotten better.
So his total contract's 46 million. No, sorry. Yeah, no.
Per year?
This is fucking no, not per year. Per year right now it's 35, and he's
Okay,
gonna
that's
get beat. He's gonna be in 26. He's gonna be getting 40 because
okay.
it's escalating.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Yeah,
just
That's an ugly contract. I don't like that.
no. I mean, you
And
better bank on this being an outlier this year if you want to pay him that much money.
to be fair though, they did win a chip, so I think that's kind of like obviously you want to win two, but goddamn, I feel like you not if you I feel like no deal is a bad deal if you win a chip in the deal, in my opinion.
fair
Yeah.
enough.
I think that's all you care about. Obviously, they want to win two, but if I'm not, if we win a championship this year, and I'm gonna be so blissful for a while about any deal we do.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially if you get a chip this year and everybody's coming back next year.
People fucking shit all over the Jalen Brown deal, like we weren't just in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and now, and it might be an overpay,
Yeah.
but I mean, if we win the championship, nobody is gonna care.
Same with the Drew thing. If we win this year, like the Drew extension is gonna look perfect, and we're gonna be like, who the fuck cares? Just fucking, we want to have a team that won. Let's just keep
There's
it
just
together.
no way that's gonna be a good contract in what 4 more years. Like he's gonna be making what like 40 million or 30 million, and at age 36, like he's just not gonna be worth that money. Um,
But the cap's also going to be going up every year, so it's not going to be as bad, and it's also going to be a movable contract at the end of his career too, where he's
right?
still
No,
going to be good for somebody. So,
yeah, and like I said, if you win one title, it's nobody's
not my
gonna care,
money. Ain't my money. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
right?
I love Drew too. I hope he stays our really expensive but valuable vet. I hope that's his job when Al leaves. Like he's just the guy we're overpaying. But he just randomly pops off and we're like, holy shit, 38-year-old. Like if we give him another contract that's like 20 a year for some reason, and he's like 38 Drew. I can just see that in my head.
Still taking crazy pull-up threes in the middle of the game for no reason.
Is still back and bigs down at
You
age
think
30. The man strength.
Al's done after this year? He looks pretty washed.
If you get a title, yeah. If you don't get a title, he's got one more year in his contract. He'll be
Really?
back. Yeah, if they get to the finals and they don't win, you think he's going to retire? Then when he has 1 year left on his contract with everybody coming back,
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right, but like
he wants it. He wants it.
he was getting besides the game 5, man, he was not looking too fresh out there.
I'm gonna start this series by saying he's old. As soon as I did that, he woke up. I was like, "Damn, dude, Al's so sad." And then he just like did like the freaking West of the leg thing. He's done in like 2 years. I was like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck did this guy come from?
He was saving it up. Um, Predictions for the Celtics Pacers series. Is Benedict Mathurin coming back?
Doesn't fucking matter either way.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think he's a decent player.
Mathurin, Benedict Cumberbatch, Eggs Benedict,
Benedict Arnold.
Celtics in 5.
Yeah, 5. We're 5-5-5 playoffs. We're gonna know it as.
That's fine by me.
I'm gonna go Celtics sweep.
You think it's sweep?
I think we're due for a sweep, dude.
We're due for a sweep.
We've been through so much. We're due for a sweep, dude.
I think a lot of this Celtics stuff is mental, and I don't think this team has any type of mental edge over the Celtics. Like I feel like the Heat was our biggest hurdle so far.
And then
Yeah, I
Duncan
mean,
was a motherfucker too. I don't think they have any motherfuckers on the Pacers.
Right.
we did be shitting away games that we should win though. Like even if the Heat have a mental edge over us, nobody was playing in game 2, and we let them just shoot the shit out of the ball. And then
And
game
that
2,
is why
the
that is why
Cavs.
I bought tickets to game 1.
Yeah,
I'm looking for a nice 30-point win
yeah.
at home, and then game 2, whatever happens. But I don't know if Matherin's coming back.
Cornette, I'm feeling like a big Cornette game.
Oh no, he's done for the year. Whoops. Matherin tore his labrum. He's not coming back.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Oh, I knew that actually.
I hope it wasn't a shooting shoulder.
Well, we're just gonna abuse Nembhard. He is a
Abuse
nullity on
Halliburton, we're
defense.
gonna abuse Nemhart. Like
Their whole team on defense, on offense. Like
none
And
of them
TJ
want to play.
McConnell, I mean, he's feisty on defense, but he's so small, and the Celtics have the size, I think, to nullify any of his energy
Yeah,
defensively.
Yeah,
Like TJ
that's like
McConnell
how
works
many
on a guy like Jalen Brunson because
yeah.
he's small. He's like 6'2" in shoes, but a guy like Derek White who's 6'4", 6'5", not gonna really affect him.
like who's even better between Peyton Pritchard and TJ McConnell?
I'd say Pritchard right now. I guess it depends on. Yeah, no, I think I'd take Pritchard in a sweep.
So it's like yeah, I know people have been saying like, oh, TJ McConnell. It's like, well, okay, like freaking Peyton Pritchard, like are not like what we should be scared of a guy that'd be as good as our ninth guy or eighth
I would
guy.
love to see them just match the TJ McConnell, Peyton Pritchard minutes and just let them just and
Dude,
everybody
that's
else just stands in the corners and like lets them just play 1-on-1.
Who is
Cinnamon,
the
dude.
best American white?
Who's the best undersized American white guard in the fucking league, baby?
No, then Sam Hauser comes from the freaking crowd. He's the best.
By God, it's Sam Hauser.
He's improved defense and he's taller.
He is 6 for 7 from the 3-point line on catch and shoot threes.
I would love to see him catch fire in the series too. We could really use him going forward. He had a bad series against the Cavs. He was not
Yeah,
shooting the ball well, but I feel like he's going to get a lot of open opportunities in this one. As long as we
just
can get
knocks
that
him
team
down.
in rotation. We just got to get teams in rotation, that's all.
So you guys are going Celtics in 5,
Yeah, and you got to sweep.
and I'm gonna go sweep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Usually I'm the one that's sucking down fucking green Kool-Aid.
I just feel like we're gonna. This is not the team that's gonna beat the Celtics.
I'm
Now
talking.
watch. Fast forward, cut to me. Well,
Game
guys, it was a
7.
fun season.
Game 7, we're chewing on our fucking nails watching them. God damn.
I will be regardless, even if we're winning by 30, dude.
Yeah,
I'm nervous regardless.
I'm already antsy, it's like I feel like the game's tonight. It's not tonight. It's tomorrow, and I'm gonna be there. So it's like when you go to a game, it's a little bit different than watching it at home because you could just see it a little bit better. When you're at a game, you're enjoying the atmosphere. It's not,
The highs
you're
and
just part
lows of the crowd are fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, I just when you're at home, you're the whole time you're sitting on the couch, like just rifling through your fucking fingernails like corn on the cob. At least that's me.
Looking at Twitter, also like rooting for your downfall live
Oh,
at
Twitter
all
is the
time.
worst. I saw a meme, and it was like motherfuckers who enjoy the NBA but don't have Twitter, and it's just like guys like having the best day of their lives, like it's like anime, like making having a picnic, like enjoying their days, and it's like
Yeah,
it's so true. Twitter, just the discourse on it's so good at times, but it's also the most
most of the
toxic.
time it's just terrible.
It's
It's the internet,
awful.
man.
It'll make you think good teams are bad and bad teams are good, and it's like, you know,
You also just have these like fan allegiances, like these like the Shea Twitter accounts, like that make you like annoyed of the star, which is not their fault at all. Like there's like playoff Shea. I don't know. There's just really annoying Twitter accounts. I think it was playoff Shea 1 or something. And it's just like they go so hard for their guy that it makes you like think of arguments against their guy, and it's like, wait, just get out of here. Like stop saying this guy's the best guy on the planet 100%, because it's making me think of counter arguments against
Luka
whatever.
Doncic is that guy for me. I have nothing
Yeah,
against Luka Doncic. I mean, he's a great player, like unbelievable player. I know that's a hot take, but like he's not like he stomped on the Celtics fucking graves. I mean, he's beaten us a few times in clutch moments, but like I just don't have any vitriol against him as a person. And every time I see him, he always just seems like a fucking good guy, like a guy you could definitely hang out with. Um, but man, I don't like him, and it's because people just ride so hard for him, and they glaze him, to use the term.
hmm
I like Luka Doncic. He's probably the second best player in the league right now.
That's a hot take, Steve.
I think it's Jokic and then it's Luka.
dude,
Yeah, who
I was
told you that
actually
the MVP voting?
I don't even see what MVP voting. I don't pay attention to that. So I see who wins. I don't look at fucking who the rest of the people are.
to be fair, if you were looking at media, you would have probably thought Shea was going to win based on what was being said. But the Luca, I think Luca wins it next year. I feel like Shea's team's going to get better, and it's just going to take away from him. Hot take. I
It's going to
think,
be the Jason Tatum effect.
yeah.
He's going to have a breakout year where he's in the MVP consideration. Then he's going to realize that's not going to win you a championship, and everybody else around him, he has to rely on his teammates and get them to get going.
Well, I
And
think that
Chet's going to take a step forward, and that's going to naturally take out of him.
I don't think that it's his fault that the teammates aren't stepping up. I think it's the teammates' fault. I don't think that Shea's in any way like ball hogging and not setting them up and not getting them in the right positions. I think that like his teammates just fell apart in the big stage. They're too young.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was got to be the Mavs in this series. Like I said, they just have the experience. They've been there before. They've done it. Like the other than Gordon Hayward, who apparently didn't score in all the minutes that he played, nobody in that team ever made a playoff run like that.
Yeah.
The rest of it is funny the discourse around Shea and Luca, because it is funny that people don't remember they're the same age.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Lucas is
Shit,
the
I
age
didn't know
too.
that.
I think isn't Shea like 25?
Shea's like 4 months older than Tatum.
Yeah, that's the thing about Shea. Or no, so Luca's much younger. That's the thing about Shea. Or no, I don't even know. But Shea,
Yeah,
like Shea, he kind of gets lumped in with like the fact that their average age is crazy low, but like he kind
They're
of gets
both 25.
he gets like the new superstar treatment, but he's just as old as like a lot of people we kind of go
he just doesn't have
hard
the
on.
experience in the league. That's the thing. Like you look at it, like he still seems like a new player. He's only been in the league for like 3 or 4 years. When like because he came in late, he played a couple extra years in college. I think.
Yeah, I feel like that just I don't know. Yeah, that is definitely. I think he might have been like 2 or something in college. I forget, but
Yeah, because Tatum came straight out of 1 year out of Duke, and then he's been deep in the playoffs every year. It just seems like he's been in the league for so much longer.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
he's
this
played a
is
lot more games. Like,
Yeah,
if you add up all the games, he just has played a lot more basketball than I think either of those guys, like,
yeah,
this is Shea's
combined.
6th season actually. 6.
yeah.
Yeah,
Tatum's in.
SGA's had a late emergence. He's due his flowers because he's unreal, and he has been for the past few seasons. But he has like, it's just been like, I bet you could ask people who are Thunder who are like, how did you get this guy, and they wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah, it was a weird. Who did he play for before then? I can't even fucking tell
The
you.
Clippers. He
He
was
was the
the
Paul George
Clippers.
trade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trade.
he was a
Yeah.
throw-in with the Paul George trade, right?
And that and a million picks,
Yeah, so
basically.
he wasn't like a he wasn't like a yeah, he just wasn't like a Luka or a Tatum coming out.
He was just a wicked good like young. I mean, it was like not wicked good. You thought he was gonna be like the best player in the league, but he was like a good prospect, basically. That's what he was. But like,
And he was on a team that was like trying to contend or
yeah,
at the tail end of their content. Like he just wasn't gonna get burned.
I think he is amazing though. I think people just give him a lot of lenience on the youth of just because of Chet and Jalen. But I feel like we I think they could do some serious. They just need more size. That series was weird. It just definitely I don't know. I feel like going into it, everyone's like, "Oh, Thunder got this," and then the Mavs just kind of beat them like in six. Like I don't know, just felt odd. No one was really predicting the Mavs would do this.
Right.
Just me.
No.
Just me.
Besides you. I mean,
I
I
said
had the
that.
Pelicans in the fucking Western Conference Finals, so I don't know what crack I was smoking.
He's smoking
No,
that herb. He was smoking that herb, Jones,
It was
baby.
before Zion got hurt, so in my defense.
dude, I no my Western Conference Finals was Mavs and Nuggets, but I thought it was like a hot take. I guess it
I
really
think
wasn't.
Well, you
I
shooting
probably had
50%.
Mavs Nuggets at first, but then we started talking after the start of that Mavs or no the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves. I had Timberwolves in six, so I'm flip flopping all over the place. Call me flapjack, bitch.
So who's coming out of the West and how many games?
Uh,
Mavs in a painful seven, in my opinion.
God, I
yeah,
hope
Mavs in seven.
Yeah.
I got Timberwolves in 7.
Dude, I was just watching the end of that series, like I could just see the Mavs winning in those games that the Nuggets weren't. Like just where how the games are playing out. Like I was just like it just won't get this cold for the Mavericks. Like
Yeah,
with Luka and Kyrie, it just won't.
I think I got
I,
Mavs in seven too.
but their bench, man. I don't know. I just feel like Nas Reed coming off the bench is such a leg up as compared to like who Dante Exum,
They
who's
got
coming off the bench.
Lively coming off the bench for them. Or is he starting?
Yeah,
Or
no,
Gafford?
he's coming off the bench.
Gafford starts and Lively comes off the bench.
I think so, right?
Well, I mean, like you look at the Timberwolves defense; it's unbelievable, right? But then, like, great offense always beats great defense, and you have Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving out there. Like when the game slows down and everything like that, you know those two can go get a bucket.
I
Yeah,
also
and
think the size is going to matter a lot.
You think the size is gonna that leans towards the Timberwolves, right? Well, I mean, like you got size, but like one of your size is Rudy Gobert, who's like a net negative on offense. So it's like, how much does it really gonna help you? And like
He's a
Clint Carlson Towns,
four-time defensive
because
player of the year. It's not nothing. He's not like a zilch.
like it's played off the court every time that he has to go into the perimeter, so
He didn't get played off the court last night.
just fouled out.
That
He
wasn't
didn't
play. He
get
was
played off
hitting.
the
He
court. He
was hitting
fouled
clutch
out.
shots in the fourth quarter and hitting clutch free
Like
throws.
those fadeaway jumpers are gonna fall for him. He's gonna be
I
taking a
mean,
lot
it fell for him. No,
of.
not consistently. That was a fucking. That was a holy shit. What the fuck was that?
that was
That's
hilarious,
what happens
dude.
with
I didn't
the
know what happened.
that's what happens with the Timberwolves though. They have all these broken possessions where it ends up with Rudy fucking Gogurt over here with the fucking ball with 1 second left on the shot clock. Like do something. Like how's that happen?
You're biased. You just don't like Gobert.
No, I don't like Gobert, but like if I was gonna pick somebody to win, I was gonna pick a team that doesn't have problems on offense. Because at the end of the day, you're still
Who is
gonna
gonna
get
stop Anthony Edwards?
who's gonna stop Kyrie Irving?
Anthony Edwards.
He's not gonna stop Kyrie Irving.
He's gonna be able to stop him more than Kyrie's gonna be able to stop Ant.
Well, Kyrie's not gonna be matched up on Ant, I don't think. They're probably gonna put like Lively or something on that.
Or
Right?
Exum.
Or Exum.
Food.
All right, well, then who's gonna stop Luka Doncic? You gonna go down the list? Because then we're gonna
Rudy
end up with
Gobert is gonna just sit his ass in the paint and stuff the shit out of him.
good luck with that. I mean, like Luka's gonna drop threes on him all day. He doesn't care about fucking going down there with you.
all right, fine. Let Luca get it. And stop Kyrie and stop everybody else. Who else coming to the rescue?
That was the same thing with the Wolves. To let Ant get his, who's coming to the rescue?
I
Carly
was gonna
Towns
say,
gonna foul
I
out.
think I trust PJ as the third more than what the
Yeah,
Offensively, I just I don't
that's what
know,
we're
man.
talking offensively. You think who's gonna have a better offensive series, PJ Washington or uh the McDaniels?
Yeah, it's just also the way
Fair.
that it's like the Mavs are just gonna look at the Wolves and be like, I pray you slow us down. Like make Kyrie and Luca play half court offense.
They don't
I
care. They'll
dare
pick
you
you
to.
all day long.
Yeah,
They'll
that's
do
what
a
they
possession
want.
battle. They'll sit there and play slow with you, and then you're gonna have to try and match them 3 for 3. If Ant has another 6 of 24 night, like you're not getting bailed out.
But I could see either. I mean, I'm saying 7, so like
Yeah,
I like
Yeah, I
anything can happen
mean,
at
you're
7.
not that sold.
When you pick a 7, it's a fucking coin flip, to be honest.
So how did the Timberwolves beat the Mavs? What is their strategy? Or what is
Jaden
your key strategy?
Jaden could just fuck up Luca like hardcore. Like, and I think that would do it.
You gotta hope for Luca to be really off, and then you gotta hope for Cat to be really on.
I
Yeah.
also think we're just sort of skipping past the Luca's like definitely not healthy.
Yeah, but he's still playing unbelievable. It's so
Yeah,
stupid.
true.
He picked it up at the end of the series. Like maybe he's getting better too. Like that's obviously he's not resting as much as he could be, but like time at least he might be losing the virus or whatever he had, whatever. I don't even know.
Give him that Gatorade and IV drip. No,
Um,
he's gonna eat in that series. I bet you Luca averages 30 or more in that series.
he's gonna have to.
Dude, Ant versus Luke is fun as hell. What a
Yeah,
time to
such
watch
a,
basketball.
it's gonna be such a fun series to watch.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't think the Spacers series is gonna be that good. I think we're gonna fucking run the.
Oh,
Obviously not. I think we're gonna
we just
run the
picked a
floor with
sweep.
them. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun for us.
Well,
We've like
yeah,
yeah.
right.
Dude, we had our first like I wrote on the sheet. We had our first clutch minutes in game 4 of the playoffs.
Right.
Like
What was it, 5
total.
against the Cavs? Yeah.
Yeah, the only time we've been within like 10 points with 2 minutes left or something.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
What do you mean? That's fucking awesome.
Well, I mean, that means that you're either blowing teams out or you're also getting blown out.
Well, right. We've only lost twice and we've won the rest by in blowouts. I'd rather that.
No, we've probably the
Celtics
least
winning is
enjoyable
actually
outside.
bad. Cody, have you listened to sports radio? Celtics winning is actually bad and not good.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you listen to the radio, that's why I'm gonna just delete Twitter. Well, I'm not
Delete
gonna,
radio.
but I'm gonna become that guy in the anime making a picnic for myself and just enjoy the NBA and be like, wow, the Celtics are actually fucking, they're a fucking 60-win team. They're awesome. No, not they're actually bad. Tatum's overrated. He can't shoot. He can't do anything. Pascal Siakam is better. This is the shit that the internet would have you believe.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is the face of the league, going 6 of 24 in a closeout game. But Jason Tatum has 33, 10, and 5 in back-to-back games, but he wasn't efficient enough, and you know things like that. 51-point game sevens, but he doesn't have that dog in him.
Nope.
Yeah. No.
Zero clutch sheen in that guy.
46 in game 6 on the road in Milwaukee to save your season. Like, yeah,
Okay,
no.
except for that. If you discount all his good games, Steve, then what?
Oh shit!
That's like
That's got me in
exactly
a corner
what's
on that one.
that's like what Bill Simmons' podcast is. He's just like, if you discount all ex players' good games where he scores 30 points, he's not really good. It's like,
He's only averaging 20.
Steve,
oh,
you
okay.
also Steve, you forgot he lost in the finals to one of the better dynasties we've ever had when he was 24 years old.
Yeah, I know. Like a team that's already been there and done that and won before and has a top 10 player of all time on
But
there.
they're old, Steve. Don't you get it? They were old.
They're old, and the Celtics were clearly should have won that series as the more experienced team and whatnot.
I mean, they should have won the series, but I'm not shocked they didn't win the series.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They were both very viable. That's the thing. That's so weird. I was like, and it's like, why don't you just celebrate the Warriors fucking win? All right, like why does it have to be why does it have to be our loss? Why can't it be their win?
Yeah,
Steph Curry had an incredible finals.
Yeah,
He just went. He was. I just from. He just went nuclear, and that's all. And Wiggins was absolute clamps now, and
now
that's all
he's
you need him for. You need him for
clamping
fucking
himself
4 games.
now he's clamped himself up. So I like Zach Lowe's podcast. He's like, all right, well, we're not going to talk about the Nuggets losing. We're going to talk about the Timberwolves winning. We're going to celebrate the win because we have all off season to talk about the Nuggets losing and like that. Let them enjoy their win,
Yeah,
which is
it's
a better
true.
way to look at it.
I don't know. I
But
just feel like, and Jacob was talking about it last night though on the group chat. It's like, is what the Timberwolves did really impressive, or like did the Nuggets just not have it last night? And I think it was, I think it was the Nuggets didn't have it.
I think it was a little bit of both.
There were a lot of open shots missed. It wasn't even like they were clamping them. Like, it was honestly the second half for the crazy comeback that it was. It wasn't even like there were a few exciting moments, but it was kind of like a really slow, just like yeah, like the Nuggets just went like 0 for like 10 to start the third, and just obviously the Timberwolves have good defense, but it was just yeah, it was just that like like if you look down the line of the Timberwolves, like no one even went off,
Right.
not
And
one
Edwards had
play.
a bad game.
Yeah,
Like
and
statistically.
Cat did well totality wise, but yeah, like I said, he was 1 for 6 from three, and like that's kind of his thing, his 3 point. If anything, Rudy had like the best game, and he got fouled out.
Nas Reed.
Yeah, no,
Nas Reed, he took over that third quarter. That was wild. A couple
jelly.
blocks, some
I love his jelly shit.
backs, jelly layups, hitting and Edwards in the corner for that three to go up 10. Like he took over that third quarter.
It's so funny because he looks like my friend Alex, but like Alex is a regular sized human being and doesn't have.
Wait, I
I
was
think.
gonna
Oh no,
say,
yeah, I
dude,
think he has dreads now, but
I was gonna say you have a 6'11" friend.
Yeah,
no.
why isn't he getting invited to the fucking men's league? Goddamn. I'm
Alex
with
is
the
like he
guys.
can hoop, but he's like has the jankiest jumper I've ever. He shoots with one hand on the
Oh
ball.
god.
He like so like his offhand is not on the ball. It's like it's way off. But he's he's active and he's relatively tall. He's like 6'2", but
We'll see if the men's league even happens tomorrow. Fucking, we're gonna be down four fucking guys tomorrow.
sorry, duty calls, guys.
I don't blame you guys. I missed last week, so who am I to talk?
Yeah,
Well, you missed it for real life stuff like work. I'm willfully missing it because well, I guess Jacob is too missing it for work, but I'm willfully missing it because fuck
Brother,
that.
I
I'd
would
rather go to
rather
the game.
miss it to go watch the fucking Celtics game than miss it to be fucking spending 17 hours at fucking work that day.
Yeah, true. I mean, I still got to work tomorrow, but we'll see how much work gets done on Wednesday.
How'd your
I
commute?
just yeah. Yeah, I was worried. I
Brutal.
had a lot of people honestly just cancel that league tomorrow just for the Celtics in general too. It's
Yeah.
pretty rough to have. I feel like what two of our games have been on like we've only had like three games, and like they've just been falling on Celtics game.
Well, I mean, our game is at 6.
Yeah,
It's not
that
like
is
it's
true.
during game time, but like it being
Hmm.
at 6 is worse because who the fuck Boston traffic?
Yeah, it is rough. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I'm probably gonna get out at 6 tomorrow, so it's like I can't. Obviously, I'm fucked.
I gotta see if I
Yeah.
can borrow Paige's car to drive in there. I don't feel like taking my fucking truck into there.
Why? Because it's not street legal, dude. You're gonna have to
Allegedly.
you're gonna have to Flintstones that motherfucker to the.
It's allegedly not street legal for
The feds ain't listening at this point, dude. We're like an
If
hour
the
in.
if the feds are listening, good. I mean, thanks for watching.
boost our fucking ratings.
Our one listener is a fucking
Tell
Homeland
your
Security
friends.
agent.
Tell your friends. Check in, subscribe.
Man, you see us, dude.
Uh,
We look like a threat. Like these dumbasses,
I was
they
looking,
have to check in on us.
I was
Steve
looking
with
to
that
throw when I leave
beard.
my hair down. Drop my hair down. I look like I'm the fucking the Mandarin from fucking Iron Man. What was it? Iron Man 2?
3,
3?
but he's played by fucking a British guy.
Yeah, no, but you still got the long hair and everything in there, yeah. The beard, if I remember correctly.
He also makes an appearance in Shang-Chi,
I remember that. That was very funny. I was like, wait a minute. The fuck?
but the actual Mandarin is like in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Um, Other topics here. Cody and Steve are gorgeous. Agree.
Hmm.
Anyone disagree with the awards given? Jokic wins third, and Shaq obviously disagrees with that. Nas Reed wins sixth man of the year. Shout out to Alex. D'Agostino wins coach of the year. Enjoy Cancun. And Wemby is unanimous rookie of the year.
Did he get unanimous? I thought that I read somewhere that he didn't get unanimous.
I'm
I thought
just
I saw
reading what's on the
unanimous.
sheet.
I wrote it. I thought I saw that, but I'd be pretty. I'd want to fight whoever. I mean,
Maybe I was thinking of something.
damn.
Might have been thinking of something else or
Who the
somebody.
fuck voted against?
Yeah,
voted
I
for
would want
Shed over
to.
Wemby?
Who the fuck voted for fucking Ben Simmons for rookie of the year again?
That is
Uh,
insane.
I was thinking like it's kind of one of the better slates of awards I've seen. Like I'm like, damn, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, wait, who won most improved? I didn't put that. Maxi, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, other than like coach of the year, you can make the argument that should have been Missoula, but they never give it to the best record. They always give it to the guy who did the most with the least.
I was gonna say coach of the year and probably six man are the most debatable.
Hmm.
But
If
I
you
mean,
can,
I don't
if
think
you want
six
to.
man's even debatable. Who would you put up there with Nas Reed?
I mean, the Clippers had a fair argument for like Russell and Norman Powell, but Nas Reed is a better player than them.
Yeah.
That's an award too that's felt good with the playoffs too.
Yeah,
Because he's been up 6 man in the playoffs too.
Jokic MVP feels bad.
Over
I
who?
mean, he did have like what he had like 34, 19, and 8 last night. I know he wasn't efficient, but that's the worst Jokic. Like,
That
I mean,
was
Yeah, no, I know.
fucking wild too. I remember seeing the fucking stat line after the game. I was like, "Oh, Jokic didn't really do much today, man. What do you have, like 20 and 10 or something like that?" And he's like, "Oh, he had 34, like what, 19 and 8." Like, I
yeah,
was like, "Holy
and
fuck, that's a Jokic line if I've ever seen it."
The Jokic slander on the timeline today is fucking awful. I'm like, I'm clutching my pearls as I'm reading the timeline. I'm like, you motherfuckers, you'll really kill anybody if they have a bad series or if they lose, not even have a
Everybody's
bad
just
series.
waiting.
they
Everybody's got
lost.
drafts. Everybody's got shit that's saved. They're just waiting for everybody's downfall. And it's professional sports, so there always is a downfall.
Yeah,
I think
nobody wins all
regardless
the
of
time.
if he just didn't win a title this year, it just anytime they were gonna lose the title, it was just gonna happen right after, regardless of how they did it. You know what I mean? Like I think they were just waiting for Jokic to not win the title and then just be like, see? Because I mean they lost against the Wolves, who a lot of people were picking to go to the finals. So it's like if you pick that, then shouldn't be that crazy to you.
I mean, though, I say Jokic is a joke. The real MVP discourse was last year, where it was like real bad.
Yeah,
Embiid winning it and then Jokic winning the whole thing.
yeah.
D'Agostino wins Coach of the Year, or Dagnall, not D'Agostino. Who the fuck's D'Agostino?
I don't know. That was the second time you said it.
Mark Dagnall. D'Agostino.
Also, speaking of Embiid, two Cat made a Conference Finals before him,
It's true.
and Tyrese Halliburton. Isn't that
Wait,
crazy?
I'm sorry, say that again. I'm still trying to think about D'Agostino. I know.
Karl Anthony Towns made a Conference Finals before Embiid, and
Oof.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Oof.
Tyrese Halliburton made it in his first playoff run.
Embiid.
You could
Embiid. The
also.
Embiid slanders kill. It's
I mean,
so.
and think about it. Think about it. You're about to say, "Oh, well, he freaking they beat the Knicks," but like the Sixers lost to the Knicks in the first round.
I'm not gonna make an argument for the Tyrese Halliburton one. That one's pretty funny, but the Karl Anthony Town one is like I don't think that Embiid's ever played with anybody as good as Anthony Edwards. So it's kind of like
He's had comparable squads that are,
James Harden's a Hall of Famer.
yeah.
yeah, but when he was playing on the Sixers, he was not Anthony Edwards though,
People like to act like the
or
Sixers don't have stack squads though.
or a deep boy on his team too, like that you just tried to talk up for 10 minutes.
He led the league in assists when he was on the
And
Sixers. So he
Rondo's
was
done
still
it
pretty
too.
good.
Like, does that mean that Rondo was like one of the best, or
Well, according to you, he is.
he is the best according to me?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So yeah,
he's got
actually,
you in a box, dude.
Oh
fucking
God,
corny. That's what we
Lizzie's in a
call
box again. Lizzie's in a box,
Point Cody.
brother.
Um,
No, they just clearly need to manage Embiid differently next year. Just please, Jesus, just acknowledge that you need to freaking give him a lighter load so he can
I
make
don't
it to the
know.
playoffs healthy.
How can they even manage him any better? Didn't he miss a bunch of games this year too? Just to like sit no games
yeah, but
and
I think we said like at best he needs to play like 40 games a year, and you pray he doesn't get hurt because I think he played about 40 this year.
But
I thought
also,
he played like 60.
it's more about when he
No,
plays
he
too. I
missed like
feel
the
like he
whole
goes,
fucking.
dude,
Oh,
but his minutes are like hard. Like he doesn't like. I feel like he needs like It's not even about the games, the amount of games. It's like he needs a minutes restriction and just like effort. Like because when he plays, it'd be like I'm gonna get fucking 50 and jump into this fucking stands. Like when he was playing. So it's like you just got to do not that too.
yeah, he
Yeah,
played
yeah,
39 games this year.
that's it.
Yeah,
Jesus.
dude, he missed like the second half of the year with a fucking torn meniscus or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. He was on pace, I think, for like 60 before he got hurt.
And he's played 30. Yeah, I mean, he played more minutes per game last year at 34.6, but he played 33.6 minutes per game this year, and his style of play is physical. So like, you got to really, as he's getting older, you got to be able to ratchet it down or get the ratio right to the minutes to games played, and pray that he doesn't get hurt and because even we see it now with the low amount of games, he still got hurt. And I think they're going to have a decent amount of cap freeing up. I think the Sixers are in a good
They have
spot
a
going
max
forward.
spot. They have a max spot open right now. They don't even have to do anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, they get Tobias is off the books. Like they get him an actual wing who can score consistently.
I think
Like,
Tobias is still on the books, but I think they just have a max spot open.
oh, well, even better.
I
Well,
think
I would
they
get rid of Tobias still if I were them, but
trade Tobias to the Nuggets for Michael Porter Jr.
I would do that. Are you kidding me? Yes. If I'm the Nuggets, I don't know why I'm doing that.
I think if I'm the Nuggets, I might do it. I think that Tobias Harris could be a better secondary scoring option than Michael Porter Jr. at this point.
You think so? Let's
Well, you
look
gotta
at
look
the
at all the
let's
stats.
look at the numbers.
I gotta be wrong. I'm gonna be wrong because of stats, but like Tobias Harris has proved that he can go make a play off the dribble. Michael Porter Jr. is not. But Michael Porter Jr. has 3 assists in a game. You shit your pants.
So Michael Porter Jr. played 81 games this year, which is pretty good for a guy who's injury prone.
Really good for anybody, never mind injury prone or not. Like
Well, yeah,
nobody plays that many games anymore.
right. Uh, 17 points, 7 boards, and 2 assists on 48% from the field and 40% from the three. Pretty good.
17,
Pretty
7,
good.
and 2. I didn't realize he
Yeah.
got
Also, what I feel like you're referencing him having the worst playoffs ever. He averaged 16 points on 43-point percentage. In
Maybe
the,
he just had a really bad series.
I was gonna say he averaged he had a pretty good he had in the playoffs he averaged 16 and 7 on 40% from three. I feel like it's a little over said that he was that he because he had like I was saying, like in the first series, I think he was the only one who hit threes.
I
He's
guess
just
it's just
streaky.
he doesn't have to do much in the
so
little
he's
that he
not
did,
doing it.
but he's still getting paid a lot, and he's still not reaching the bar that he has to reach
Yeah.
consistently.
But he's like streaky, and I don't even know if Tobias is as good streaks.
No, well, right. So Tobias played 70 games this year, 17 points, 7 boards, 3 assists on 49% from the field, 35 from three. So slightly
He's having one
worse.
more assist on a little bit worse shooting on from three,
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
So I mean,
Tobias is so weird. I feel like he could be so decent on a different team. Not just decent, but he could like have an Aaron Gordon type. Like, wow, what the hell?
yeah, like a nice Aaron Gordon type where you put him with Jokic and he plays better. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so I
Well, you know
don't
what I
know,
mean. It's a good
guys.
fit. Like Tobias isn't this. I don't think Tobias is this meh. I don't know.
I
He's
don't
always
know.
been
You
good.
still hope for a little bit more than that. I'm 40 million a year.
Well, you just referenced Michael Porter Jr.'s numbers, and he's basically the same. He's getting paid the same.
I'm getting paid a little bit less.
Yeah, for now. Next couple years, he's gonna get paid more.
Yeah,
So
but he's also younger, and you
you
hope that
could
he can get a little bit better.
you could make that trade, and then if Tobias doesn't live up to it, you can maybe sign him for cheaper.
Well, he's gonna. I mean, he is a free agent. He's not gonna. He's. You
I
can
thought
pick
he
him
was
up in
another
free
year
agency.
left on his contract.
Also,
Nope.
MPJ like won them a couple finals games, or like one like he like MPJ was doing well in the playoff. Like he won a championship. Like Tobias, I don't even know if it can perform like do well at all in the playoff. Like I don't know. They're different. I feel like MPJ had a really this is a really recency thing. Like
The very recent bias over here.
Well,
yeah,
he's.
I feel like he just went 2 for 12, and that's why it's crazy. But he did have a crazy good playoff run last year to win a title. So it's I don't think Tobias will ever do that.
Recency bias because of Cody saying that he was bad this year.
No, I didn't say he was bad this year. He's bad in the series.
He was no, I mean, I
Ref,
literally.
refute me on that point, liberal.
He also, I mean, it's also faced like they kind of. That's also like it's supposed to be the best defense we've ever seen, technically. I know,
Yeah, since like the '04 Pistons. Yeah.
yeah, I know it's supposed to be shaky, but I mean, you think about who he's getting covered by is probably Jaden McDaniels the whole series.
It's true.
So
Well, Steve thinks Shane McDaniel's not worth the box of tissues I have over here on the desk. The guy is fuck. He puts the clamps on Tatum when we played him, so that's why I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Nah.
He's a really good defender, but I'm just saying, I don't see him averaging 23 points a game like he did for the last couple of games in that series.
who needs Kevin Durant when you have Jaden McDaniels?
Build the whole team around Jay
I love
McDaniels.
I love Anthony Edwards. Like that dude is an absolute leader.
Dude, it was so funny. Everyone on Twitter being the Pacers fans being like, "Well, why do you guys not roast Ant when he does the talking?" It's like, and everyone on Twitter is like, "Don't you just understand that fucking Tyrese is sort of a dork and Ant is cool as fuck? Like that's it. That's actually it. Just understand that. Like they do the same stuff, but like we just like Ant more. I'm sorry.
It
Yeah.
sucks to suck. He's more popular. He made a
Yeah,
team that has Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert likable. Like that's pretty fucking impressive.
If you're gonna talk the talk, you gotta win every time, like Jordan. Or if you're a dork, you gotta win every time, like you're Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady's a fucking dork. But man, when it came to nut crunching time, there was nobody better than him.
On the field, he talks so much shit. Like if they
I feel
weren't
like he
wearing
talked
helmets,
he talked shit to his own team more than like the
talk
other
shit to
team.
everybody. Like Richard Sherman, he was talking shit too. He's telling guys
Oh
what
yeah,
to
well
chew
Richard
all
Sherman's
day.
a
Like,
fucking.
if they didn't have helmets on and you could actually like lip read all the things that they were saying to each other, I'm sure Tom Brady would look like much more of a lunatic.
I think he's a lunatic, but I
Like, on
just
the
think he's a
field.
bit of a dork.
Off the field, he's a dork, but that's just smart
No, even
branding.
off the field, I think he's a lunatic. What fucking guy lunatic doesn't hasn't eaten a tomato ever?
I
Yeah,
love tomatoes.
he is. He's pretty fucking crazy, but I got him, what, 6 Super Bowls? 7?
Yep. Six with the Patriots, seven with the yeah, seventh with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Pretty
But
good.
yeah, I'd argue that guy's pretty decent at the
Some
game
say
of
the best of all time.
well, let's not go that far, huh? Let's chill out. Joe Montana's still around.
Hmm.
I watched I tried to watch the Tom Brady roast and Kevin Hart did that in the monologue and I was like, this just immediately off. I don't want to watch the
I
rest
heard
of
it was
this.
absolutely hilarious. I haven't seen it yet though. I heard Nikki Glazer was unbelievable.
I just couldn't get past the kid. Like Joe Montana's alive. He's the best of all time, right, guys? Like, all right.
The guy got butthurt off the first joke on it. Maybe you shouldn't watch that.
Not, but it's not even
That
that.
might be too dirty for you if the Joe Montana joke was the one that turned you off, but wait till you hear about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor.
I heard about it all. Also, another thing, I heard about all the like Bill Simmons talked about it for like 2 weeks straight. So I heard it recapped perfectly.
I saw the clips, they're pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm a big comedian guy.
It's also 3 hours long, and unless it's like a really good movie, I'm not gonna watch it. Probably.
Yeah, 3 hours, I'm probably going to skip through a lot of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of important.
There's only so many deflated ball jokes I can handle in 3 hours.
Well, my favorite part about the roast is when they're not making fun of the person that's getting roasted. They start making fun of the other people out there because it's like, all right, this is what I'm really here for. Because I already know everything about the guys getting roasted. You're
Yeah.
all going to make the same joke, but when I want to hear all the different jokes about Gronk, I want to hear all the different jokes about Edelman.
I was about to say, I'm sure freaking Gronk got every straight, and every time someone went up, they're probably like, "And Gronk's the dumbest guy ever."
Yeah, that
He's
was
Like that.
like, "Yep, I am."
He's like,
Nikki, Nikki Glazer
"Guilty,
said,
and I'm
Tom.
having a blast."
Nikki Glazer had a funny one. She said, Tom, how the fuck did you lose $30 million on crypto? Even Gronk was like, oh, me no, no, that's not no real money.
Um, we're about to see an awesome two-part roast session coming up. Trump versus Biden in the debates, dude. You pumped? I'm excited.
Brother.
That's gonna be a awesome roast session.
No, dude, it's
I'm
gonna go
gonna
like last year, and Biden's just gonna be like, "What did you say?" and win because he's like doesn't even understand the roast.
it's
That's
hard to
literally
roast
what
someone who
happened.
doesn't know what you're saying.
He just went, oh, every one of Trump's bars last year went over his head. He's just like, whatever, man, this guy's crazy. But vote for me, and then that's all Biden has to do.
The
It's
only
gonna
thing I
be
do remember from the debates is one, the fly that landed on Mike Pence's head.
that's the
That was
fucking worst thing
hilarious.
about it.
And two, the would you just shut up, man? Joe Biden's like, he had enough. He's like, shut up, dude. Fuck. But Trump
That's
is,
exactly
you
all he
know,
has
he's
to
gonna
do.
bring the fire.
Yeah, he's been practicing. He had nothing else to do, so he's just been thinking of shit.
The Twitter is gonna be. You want to talk about toxic? Twitter is gonna be fucking brutal.
It's gonna be so funny. So fucking funny.
Well, I mean that's about it.
I have to go to the bathroom.
It was
One or
light
two.
when we started, and I'm glad I turned the light on before we started because it is dark out.
It's kind of like what happens. The sun goes down, Steve, and it gets dark.
brother, believe me, I start work when the sun's down, and I finish when the sun goes back down again. I see the whole fucking cycle. It's pretty sweet.
I've developed a cough. I bought. It's like I bought the tickets and I instantly like my body's like, well, you actually now you're sick. It's awesome, dude. Now
I
I
knew you
can't
were about
go.
to say. I just started laughing. But that's exactly what my body would do. As soon as I have like a vacation, I'm like, oh my God, I'm starting to get throat drip.
Instantly
Like
sick.
my throat starts getting scratchy. I'm like, ah.
So I'm just gonna have to chew the lozenges and hope I don't fucking kill my dad or my uncle with corona.
You get the fucking OJ going, bro.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Nice Sabres jersey. Hockey jerseys easily the best jerseys in the game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think baseball jerseys are close second though.
Baseball jerseys are nice. They're like baseball jerseys
Summertime,
almost are like you could wear them to like an actual event. You can't wear a hockey jersey to an actual like
yeah,
event.
or any other jersey to an actual event other than a maybe a soccer jersey, I guess.
Yeah, because those are just t-shirts.
Yeah, but I
They're
think
also
a
hot.
Speaking
Florida
of,
jersey,
shout out to Man City. They took home their fourth straight EPL.
everybody pretend like we know what that means and clap. Just be, you know,
Those pockets are deep.
from John
A-Rab
Henry.
money, buddy.
Nice
Yeah,
hat.
they're the most.
Who got the money for that hat, Jacob?
This hat survived a lot. It was actually
Hey,
left in my fucking car, the top of my car, and I drove a mile on the highway, and it was still there.
what's the
It's a
score
good
of those
hat.
socks? You drove on the highway with your hat?
It was on the back of like on the tire on the back of the car, just sitting on the top of it for a mile, and I just was like, "Holy shit!" And I pulled over and got it. A good hat,
That mother,
man.
that hat was hanging on for dear life, dude. Holy shit.
Did I
Jacob
also
drives.
tell you that I got like kind of mugged?
No.
No?
I got
What
like
the
punched,
fuck?
I got like punched in the face like a month ago in Boston, and they took my hat, and then I followed them and got it back.
What happened? You gotta go. I mean, come on. You can't leave us
It
with
was
just that.
it was like it was during the spring break, so I think it was just two kids, and I think I heard of like a challenge going on in Boston where you just like on the go like punch someone and take something or something. I don't
The
even know.
knockout challenge
Yeah,
keeps
so
coming
so
back.
some kid like did that to me. Like I got popped, and then I was just like, and like, my hat was off my head, and I think I was like changing my Spotify song, so I was like had my AirPods in. I was like, what the fuck just happened? But I
Somebody
didn't.
randomly just ran up to you and punched you in the face.
Yeah, and then I saw them. They like were like run, and they like were running, and I like followed them for like 3 blocks, and then eventually they just left it on the fence.
Holy shit, dude. How is this the first time I'm hearing of this?
I forgot who I told. I think I was also like, damn, it sucks. I don't want to fucking talk about that much, but I won. But
Yeah, you got
also,
your hat back.
I also didn't get even like that's why I'd say it was a kid. They like barely hit me. I like didn't even. I don't even think I got a black eye at all. I was like, good riddance, kid. I think they were like 16.
Good. I hope I'm walking into the garden. Somebody just fucking roundhouse straight KOs me.
I
Before I
also
get in
think
the game.
dude, I had such a funny move though. Like I didn't say any words. I just silently was like following them. Like
You didn't call the cops?
no,
No, Jacob was going for blood.
They
no, I
probably
just
thought you were
followed
gonna
them.
like kill them, like Jeffrey Dahmer
Yeah,
style.
I was speed walking, dude. They
Oh, you go
sprinted
Mike Myers on
across
the
at,
bitches.
dude. I
Out of nowhere, just speed walking behind him.
That actually is fucking. Instead of a guy just full on running at you, a guy walking at you briskly is fucking intimidating.
That's what I was doing, and they just left it. They didn't even
I
bat
would have
their.
left. I would have left my wallet there with your hat. Like,
I truth be told, I just didn't know what to do, and I'm like, just didn't want to make a scene for some reason, even though I got punched in the face. I was just, I'm gonna fucking follow these kids and get my hat back.
Also, like they're kids, so what are you gonna like fight a
Yeah,
15-year-old?
dude,
yeah. And people are also like, call the cops. It's like, dude, I could just tell by the weight of the punch and what they looked like that they weren't. I just don't want to call the cops on kids, especially because I got my hat back. I was like, whatever. I scared the dickens out of them.
They're gonna do it to the wrong guy though, and they're gonna wish they didn't do it. You can't be doing
Perhaps.
stupid shit like that. Well, I mean, that was a hell of a story to end the pod on. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
way to wait till the last fucking hour of the pod to tell us this one, Jacob.
Yeah,
I just
seriously.
forgot I didn't even tell it. That's what happens when you live in the city, boys.
I mean, one time the only fight story I have is when a homeless guy punched Jimmy in the face, and we had to scrap him. But that was it. That was like
I'm a
100 years ago.
pacifist. I'm a pacifist. I don't fight.
I mean, he took a swing at me too. It was just self-defense.
Yeah. I don't
He was
fucking
obviously on something.
motherfuckers.
Well, I hope the Celtics knock out the Pacers.
Mhm. And four,
I hope
five.
that Neesmith doesn't try to fight anybody.
He's gonna try to pin, dude. He's gonna like try to pin us JT off the backboard like fucking 20 times.
And then Taves gonna put it on his head like 20 times. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be little brother shit.
Yeah. All right. I think that'll do it.
Yeah, I gotta take a whiz bad.
That's also I'm gonna get you a bottle for next fucking pod.
Yeah.
Okay. This has been the
Wide
Banner
mouth.
Report. If you paid attention, you heard a great story. I mean, you just waited 2 hours into hear it, but it's fucking, that is a good story, dude.
I don't know why the
Sure.
fuck anybody's paying attention at this point, but thank you guys.
Thank
For our
you.
sakes.
Go Seas.
Celtics.
Big green.
Love you.